Welcome back. Good morning. Welcome back to the House of Nerd Show. Good to see everybody. Marklin, L. I feel like I haven't done this show with you guys in I feel like it's like 3 months. I haven't done this show in like two. I've been away for a minute, familial obligations, but man, I'm excited. I got butterflies in my stomach, getting to hang out with the community. Good morning, guys. How's it going, man?
I'm waiting on L to say something. That's what I've been trying to see.
I was got the typical the non-energy first thing. We got to get her warmed up.
That's right, but yeah, I do. Like I said, it was good to have you back. Here in the House of Nerds, Sergio, we missed you. And like I said, I was telling Elle in the studio, I was like, hey man, Elle definitely held it down because she helped me get in when I had problems. It was my time to do the show. So like I said, you got to give people their flowers while they're alive and above ground. So I definitely want to say that, man.
I only had to threaten him like 2 times. Marklin, get it together.
She did. But eventually I did because I'm the newest person here. But I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna work.
No, you did great.
Hey, and on that note, yeah, I mean, shout out Marklin, shout out L, shout out all the guests you had guys coming through and holding down the house, man. I know Marklin, you had a couple episodes with your homies, right? L, I think you brought on Ruben and Tara and some other peeps. I mean, I didn't get to catch really the episodes like that, but if whoever came through to the house, held down hosting duties and everything, man, thank you guys. That's what, I love being a part of this community. You guys held it down, had fun, kept the Sunday streak going, man. We're well over 2 years. I have not missed a Sunday, and in large part, to Al, to Marklin, to the community, man. So anybody who came through, thank you. I appreciate you guys. And appreciate the community still tuning in every Sunday, man. So thanks, guys, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. I was worried there about the streak for a minute, man. I said,
No, we did our best to maintain a streak. It was suspect at times. I said the streak remains unbroken, though.
Hey, it's beautiful, baby. Beautiful. Over 2 years, folks. And I want to give a shout out to those who are joining us here. Keisha first in the chat. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Actually, I think the last Sunday show I did was with Keisha when we interviewed the Nasty creators, John Lees and Adam Cahoon and Kurt Michael Russell. If I'm not mistaken. Wow. Yeah. And who else we got in the chat? We got my main man, Juanito. Man, I've been waiting to hang out with all you guys, man. Juan, I missed you, buddy. Hope everything is well down in Texas. How's the summer? I see he's still doing the longboarding. And of course, it's Cookie. One of my favorite Cookie Monster. What's going on? Good to see you. Got some cooking with Cookie, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. And then we got Oscar. Oscar's going to be joining us later, folks. Stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that. He's talking his crowdfunding campaign for a never-ending adventure. It's live on Zoop now. The link is in the description of this vid. Check it out, man. He's stopping by a little later on. Paul Diggs Comics. Good morning, man. Good to see you, my man. It's been so long since I've gotten to hang out with you guys, man. Good to see you. Hope you enjoy the show. We got a lot of good stuff planned. We're getting into Superman Legacy talk, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Flash, maybe a little Transformers, whatever other kind of nerd shenanigans you guys feel like getting into. And it's the big homie all the way from Japan. It's Tokyo Joey, baby. Nah, you're the good looking. Thank you, my man. And it's Canada Day Canada Day +1. It was yesterday, but I still
wait. It's Canada Day?
Canada Day +1. I still gotta represent, man. Shout out, Canada.
4th of July is in the United States on Tuesday, so we all celebrating something.
I know you guys always try to usurp us, man. Canada Day, come on, let us out, let us out. You know, we said it. We said Canada Day is gonna be on the first one. You're like, we gotta do the same weekend. We can't. You know. So, but it's cool, man. Yeah, man. Joey, good looking, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I know it's super late over where you're at, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cookies, Canada Day. Thank you. She gets it. You know, you guys get it. You guys get it. How you guys been, man? Mark, how you guys been? What you guys been up to? What did I miss?
Right,
What's been
Mr.
going on in
Bucks.
the house?
Before we get in there, let me ask you this. So how do y'all celebrate Canada Day? Is it like fireworks and barbecue?
You know what? We do I mean we do like fireworks and stuff. But honestly, I don't think it's the big like I know from what I see anyways, like Americans, you guys do it up Big Willie style, man. You know, you guys do your big parties and we do our celebrations, but I think it's a little bit more low key
You got more
than
subdued.
more subdued, yeah. But yeah, summertime, so we get barbecue beach, we get the nice weather and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, around here, like 4th of July, everybody's trying to barbecue. It's one of what I call, so it's on the internet, it's gonna be floating around. I'm gonna say unsophisticatedly, the core drinking holidays. So it's like St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo here, um,
Okay.
Memorial Day, 4th of July, you know,
Any
uh,
reason to
Labor Day,
to
because they
okay.
barbecue and drinking days.
Okay.
Juneteenth is something new. They just came a federal holiday last year, so it's like, hey, eventually that's gonna get in there too.
Okay. Okay. So
you
yeah,
know,
so I mean I think for us the official summer, I don't know what you guys call it. It's May 24 weekend here in Canada. So like May 24th.
hmm
It's the first long weekend of the summer season. So yeah, it's true. Any excuse to have. I mean, you can't beat a cold pop in the summertime. A nice cold Corona or something. Whatever your flavor
your
is, man.
Canadian terminology, cold pop,
Cold pop, cold pop. What do you guys call cold beer?
cold beer.
Cold beer.
Now, pop down here, some people
Like
call it
you
like
said,
soda pop. They'll say that
soda pop. Okay, we call
soda
it
pop, or
yeah,
down south where I'm in Alabama, it's like drink. Give me a drink.
drink.
Give me a drink
Okay.
from the refrigerator.
Politics comment. What are you getting into? They celebrated with NHL free agency. Okay, okay. So my man Paul is. I take it you're a hockey fan. It's so funny. You would think me being a Canuck, I'm from Toronto, I'd be like a huge Leaf or hockey fan. It's like the one sport I've never really gotten into. Basketball, baseball, soccer, for sure, but not so much hockey. Apologies, guys. Guess I'm not.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't know how good of a. Was that
Wait, basketball is done. U.S. basketball is done here. I think WNBA may still be going on. I know
Okay.
hockey's going on. Well, is hockey still going on? Yeah, hockey's still going on.
No,
And
hockey.
baseball,
Hockey.
Major League
Hockey
Baseball.
wrapped up a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I think who won? The Las Vegas Knights won it.
Right. Because
Uh,
I was betting on it, but every time I bet on a hockey game, I would lose. I stopped caring after a while.
okay. Ooh, Al, what's going on with you, man? How you been? Haven't
Nothing.
haven't done the show with you in a minute, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Nothing much. Same old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same old. I know. Same old. You're telling me this girl came in 30 seconds to 11, bro. I'm like, what's
Marcolin came in
happening?
after me, so
Marklin gave me the heads up, and he's coming from church. What's your excuse? He's
I'm coming
praising the Lord.
from. Yeah,
He's
I'm
coming from
praising.
praising. Come on,
Just praising my bed. So.
praising. Oh, okay. Have to get that extra 30. I know. I feel that. I feel that. What's Keisha saying? She said WNBA is going until late summer. Okay. They had the first WNBA game in Toronto. I think I want to say a couple months back. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but shout out the ladies of the NBA, man. WNBA. Yeah, man, doing their thing.
Not shout out the ladies of the
Shout out the
NBA.
ladies of the NBA. Why not? They do it. They're doing it.
Some
I
good.
mean,
That was some good games, though. I need to. I've been looking. I bet on a couple of them. I do prop bet, and I was okay. All right, can make some money doing this.
a bet on a couple now. Now, Marklin, is that something the our Lord and Savior would approve of there?
Hey
Go.
man, I don't. I don't go more than $5. I don't think I win more than 10.
Oh man.
I got
Hey
many
folks.
vices. Gambling ain't one of them, dog. Just let me see. This is a way for me to kind of look at something and
Okay.
pique my interest.
Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, man. Shout out everybody joining us in the live chat. Hope you guys enjoy the show today. I think let's kick it off. With a little bit of House of Nerd News Network. Man, it's been so long. Where's that intro? Here we go. Look at that. I got the date right. You guys catch that? I don't
No.
normally get the date right. But I did this time. I said I did this time. July 2nd, 2023, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Superman Legacy finds its Man of Steel and Lois Lane. Okay. This is pretty big news. I was hyped. Listen, this is the start of the DCU. James Gunn. People have been talking. There's been rumors, all kinds of names were thrown out there for the casting, but they finally revealed it. I'm not too familiar with either of these guys. What's Buddy's name? David Cornsweet will be playing
Cornsweet.
Cornsweet.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. How do you pronounce that, El?
I don't know who that is. I don't know
Really?
this man. No.
Because I feel like you've got your finger on the pulse of Hollywood. You know all these actors, man.
But see,
No, I know
I
know Rachel, but I don't know him.
So, did you ever watch? I don't know. It was a show on Netflix. The candidate. It was a show where this guy was running. He was going to be the president or something like that. Like, I can't think what her name is. Gwyneth Paltrow was in it. She was like his mother.
Okay.
They said he was in that show. Have you ever seen? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I've seen that show, but he's one of those actors that falls into that blind face category of all of them looking exactly the same. Like
Right.
him, Henry Cavill, like the guy from the Vampire Diaries, like they all look more or less, I don't know, can't tell them apart. He could be any one of them. Like I thought he was British and they were like, "Oh, he's American." I said, "Oh, okay."
I thought he was British too, but
I thought he was British.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the bow tie. It's giving British.
Giving UK man them energy.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on. That's a question for Joey. Joey, is that he's a UK expat. I don't know. Rachel Brosnahan. Can you pronounce that?
Yeah,
You
Richard
said
Brosnan.
it right. You said it right.
Did I?
Yeah, that's the marvelous Miss Maisel.
Okay. So
Which
now
everybody
apparently,
swears by, but I hadn't watched it yet.
I'm reading a lot of great stuff. People are saying she's a fantastic actress, man. She crushed it in that show, and she was like made for this role. I mean, again, I'm not familiar with either, but I'll say this much: they've both got like the looks down to like boom, Go ahead, Martin. You were gonna say something?
No, I'm just looking out like, yeah, this guy's the politician. I've seen him in The Politician. That's the show that I was asking Elle about on Netflix. He was like the perfect guy, that everybody loved, and then he like killed himself like in the first episode.
Yeah, I remember the show. I just don't remember who the actor was.
You guys are talking about David Cornsweet?
Yeah. And apparently he's in Pearl too. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Cookie saying Pearl. What is Pearl? The movie?
Yeah, Pearl's a horror movie. It's like the prequel to X, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the guy on Pearl. The main guy?
No, I mean Pearl's about the villain antagonist. Center character is Mia Goth's.
You mean the heroine? The heroine of the protagonist?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Cookie saying she likes this casting. Yeah. And what's Joy saying? Emma McKay was my first pick for Lois, as I've seen in some stuff, and she's great. Brosnahan sounds like a great choice too, though. Now, and I think I spoke with you on the socials about this, Joey. I dig Emma McKay. I love her in Sex Education. I think she's great, But for me, she didn't have the look of Lois Lane, or at least the look that I preferred. I will say she did give like the Margot Kidder vibes. The current Lois Lane in the CW show. But I don't know, man. I wasn't really feeling it. So I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm happy that she didn't get the role. And by a lot of accounts, Brosnan, people are excited about it. So but yeah. Figure drawing, Al, that's reverse racism. Will someone please think of this? Probably please think of the same looking white children. Oh, and you're referring to they all looking the same comment. Yeah, like I was kind of, I didn't want to say it, but
Well,
thank you for your drawing.
it's a fact. They all look the same.
Thank you
So
for your
I
drawing.
mean, but L ain't lying. They cast people to look a certain way. Like, oh,
yeah,
well, you're
I
defined
think
as
yeah. I think
yeah.
that's why the casting was not exciting to me because I'm like, oh, okay, another guy who looks like the last guy.
You think he looks like Cavill? I'm getting.
They all have similar
Yeah.
vibes. Yeah,
Yeah.
they all have similar facial structure. They're going for that all-American jawline.
Mm-hmm.
The sharp features. Yeah, they all got the
Mm-hmm.
same look. So I mean, I don't hate it. I think
Yeah.
I like them too for the role. I love Rachel. But it wasn't like revolutionary casting. Like, oh wow, it was like, oh, another one,
I got you.
another one.
No, I got you. I feel that. So Paul Dick's comics saying he was good in Pearl. So a couple of guys, I watched it, but I don't recall. I don't recall him. So I might have to rewatch that film. But
See, I hadn't watched Pearl. I would say with that for this Halloween, but I may
yeah.
go ahead and move it up because I got Shudder now, so I be watching all kinds of crazy stuff nowadays.
Okay. I watched it when it came out. I wasn't really feeling. I much preferred X over Pro. I thought Pro was a little boring, but and Figure Drunk saying Ratcatcher should have been Lois from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but she's Brazilian, so
Brazilian? Oh, really? I don't.
well, is she Brazilian? Because she was in Fast X too.
I think she's Brazilian.
Yeah, and she was also in Guardians of the Galaxy as well. So I mean, she getting her, she getting her run.
That's a bit of okay. I think that's a little bit of a hot take. So folks, what are you guys thinking? Are they gonna crush the role? I think certainly they've got the look down, man. I would say. Yeah. JP saying they're uncanny. That boy looks like Henry. He looks like a young Henry. He even looks like for me, it's funny. I see a mix of Henry Cavill and Tom Welling from the Smallville.
Ooh, you're right. From this picture you got right now, I do see that.
How he doesn't look like Welling a bit, man?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're coffee paste.
Miss Aldana. Hey, welcome, Charmed Pop. Good to see you, my man. I think the reason you might have thought he is British is because he looks like the actor from Lucifer.
Tom Ellis? I don't see that. Maybe in this angle right here in this picture, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not. I don't like in general. I think he looks maybe more like a little bit like Kit Harington even.
Mm. But that's also your theory that they all kind of look alike.
Well, yeah, but I get the casting because they're casting certain features, right? Superman has certain features, and they cast actors that share them. They all look the same, more or less. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's fair to say that they look the same. I mean, they're going for that look, like you said.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think it's not. I don't think it's bad. That's just.
Yeah. I would say the only Superman actor who doesn't look like the rest is probably the CW guy.
Ugh, I hate him. Ugh.
My Tyler.
I refuse to watch it because I'm like, that's not my Superman. I don't know who that is.
Honestly, Al, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I'll say it with my whole chest.
Well,
I do not.
Yeah.
But
like
everyone
him.
says that show is good. Everybody says it's good. I just hadn't had a chance to really watch it.
I don't like the Lois actor on there either. She just looks like she whines a lot. You know, I don't know. She has like that whiny face, that whiny white face that they cast all the time.
I understand what you're talking about.
So pass.
Pass. It's a pass. Hey, speaking of, how about the Lois on the CW?
That's what I just.
That was just she was talking about.
Oh.
She used to be on did she used to be on like Grimm or something like that, which I gotta finish watching.
I think she made her rounds on like other CW stuff.
You know what, folks, and if you guys follow me on the socials, you guys know I introduced a new member, a new member of the House of Nerd Familia. Speaking of Superman, I wanted to take a second and show off my little man, my little homie. Say hola, papito. That's
Oh,
my
look at
baby.
that.
That's my baby. I'm disturbing his sleep, but this is my little 𝐬𝐴𝐬𝐿, House of Nerd Familia. You know, say hello to Benjamin 𝐜𝐴𝐬𝐿 Gonzalez, my little papito. You know, my little man. Say hello. Say hola, papa. Say hello. I know I'm bugging you right now.
No, he's like, man, I was asleep, Dad.
Yeah. So you know that's why I have not been on the show for a couple months now. But I'm glad to be back and you know get back in the swing of things. So I just wanted to introduce you guys. Say hello. Okay, Papa. Okay. Let's see if we can get you on later. Okay. Hello. Say bye-bye. Bye. Okay. What do you think, folks? James Gunn, put him in the movie. Put him in the movie right now, please. He's made for it. He's born for the role. Okay. Go back to sleep. So, folks, if you guys see me hopping.
Oh, whoops! I accidentally removed you.
Damn, sir. Damn, yo.
I haven't used this kind of StreamYard in so long. I thought I was hitting the solo button.
Okay. So, with that said, if you guys see me in and out of the stream, you know, thank God for my amazing co-host because, you know, that's probably because daddy duties are calling, man. But yeah, and I also wanted to, you know, I put it out there. You know, he was born. There was some complications, man. He was born. I went from absolute joy to never being more scared in my life. And you know, I asked you guys for your prayers and thoughts, and I got you know so many you know responses, whether it was on the timeline or you know in private. So from the bottom of my heart, you know, I want to thank you guys, man. You know that it really helps. You know, it was really scary. Um, so you know, thank you guys, man. Sincerely, I appreciate that. Home, we're getting into the swing of things, the routine. You guys, you know, your words really lifted me up, man. Every single one. So I appreciate that, man. Yes. We got some comments here. I missed them. Oh, where are we at? Oh, where were
Little
we at?
sad
All American
faces.
Jawline?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That actually makes sense, though.
Yeah. Keisha's agreeing with Al. Kit Harrington. Okay. Who do you see Kit Harrington?
David Corn Sweet in that photo you showed.
Yeah.
He
'Cause I
looks
think
like
Elle said that.
like a
Okay.
shaved Kit Harington.
Okay. Yes, thank you. He's a cutie. Figure drawing saying a Superman doesn't look like all the rest. Hey, can we get our first Latino Superman? That would be dope. Why not? So cute. Congrats. Thank you, my man. JP saying, you know, I was going to pass on this movie, but not because you showed off your babe. I will watch it when it comes to streaming. Not even in the theaters, bro. Not even in the theaters. Okay, that's okay. Thank you, Cookie. Yes, man. It feels amazing to be a father to a newborn again, man. So it's good times. You know, we're talking about the Superman legacy casting. It's the big news in the week, but I feel like you know we've forgotten the real question we should be asking James Gunn right about now. Al, Markelin, audience, any idea what that question might be?
Oh, the underwear or no underwear, probably.
Yeah, what do you thinking, Markelin?
I was
Al?
thinking, are you going to do a Kingdom Come where Henry Cavill can play an older Superman? That's my question.
For the folks who are watching on the replay or with us live, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking. The real question we should be asking James Gunn. I was on the nose with this one, baby. Trunks or no trunks? I'm going to pose the question to you guys watching. If you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments. Are you for trunks or are you for no trunks?
I feel like he has to wear trunks because otherwise he looks like he belongs on the registry.
Okay.
He looks creepy without panties on, so go ahead and throw them things on.
Really?
I don't like it. He looks like a Ken doll without
Ken, oh
like
boy,
an action figure. Yeah. Ugh, I don't like it.
There's a very zoomed in crotchal area. What's
Yeah, I'm
going on
assuming you must have picked him.
here? Man, you put these slides together.
I would have picked a bigger junk one. I wouldn't have picked the one on the left is very unflattering. I would not have picked that one.
Not enough bulging?
Not enough bulging for me.
Bulging? Oh my gosh. What is going on here?
Yeah, I mean,
look at Cookie. Trunks with the
a distractingly small.
She's like, I want it super distracting. Like that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
I had to look it up though. I mean, like, because I couldn't remember when that Cabo. So Cabo never had trunks at all in none of his costumes.
No.
But I preferred him out of costume, anyways. So
you was lusting at his chest because I knew a lot of women loved him when he Cabo.
When he came out that water.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I'm sure I've played that GIF on here a few times.
I'm just throwing up the poll, folks. Superman trunks.
I mean, trunks is the classic look. I mean, Christopher Reeves made it work. Dean Cain, when he's Superman, he made it work.
I think they
I'm
put
not sure
work
if
into the
Tyler.
design. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tyler on the Superman and Lois. Does he have trunks on Superman and Lois?
Does he wear it? I don't know. I've never watched it before.
So did you guys know this? Joey's saying the Gun put out a Twitter poll, and 60% of folks said they wanted trunks. Wow. Charmed Pop saying, I agree, trunks a little too much otherwise. Okay. Okay. JP, how tight are those jeans? I feel like how's he breathing those, man?
Well, he's not human, so I think he can. Maybe his anatomy is a little bit different.
Look at that, and right on cue. Superman show was okay, ma'am. This is a family show.
Is it really though, Sergio?
It ain't. This we know. Honest, you know what? For the longest time, I really, I wouldn't say against the trunks, but I much preferred, the modern suit. But I feel like let's go back to the trunks, man, with Superman Legacy. I don't know.
Yeah, and I prefer for the new one to have like the brighter colors.
Yeah.
And like just a more classic, like they go ahead and do like the little armor stuff, plating, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they could find a balance and still make him look like more classic Superman than edgy.
But that's I'm right there with you, because if you guys recall on Superman Returns, right? They had like the classic suit with the trunks, right? But it still had the suit still looked. It didn't look modern, in a sense. It looked like the old school. I feel like you can find a balance.
I'm looking at it right now with Brandon Routh. Right?
With Brandon Routh, right? You see that? It was still very much the Reeves suit, right? I feel like there's an in-between there, man. Make it modern, but you can work in the trunks somehow. I don't know. I'd like to see the trunks, man. I'd like to see the trunks. Joy saying, Tyler doesn't wear trunks. Yeah.
So we're gonna say, is that the sign of a good Superman movie, whether or not he wears trunks or not? It's like Star Trek. Like the even movies are better than Star Trek. The movies where they wear trunks are better.
Do Star Trek guys wear trunks?
No, I'm just saying. But Star Trek, it's like they say the even movies are better than the even.
I got what you're saying. Okay.
Are we gonna say that the Superman movies where he has trunks are better?
Okay. Yeah. So that's actually this comment right here. I guess it's not so surprising. I mean, oh, where's it at? 60% trunks. I feel people just wanna go back to that.
Well, I mean, and that's what gets to us, that people don't really, they want to go back to what they know from their childhood. Like everybody knows Superman as Clark Kent and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but they have an image of Christopher Reeves. I'm on the bet. We asked the majority of people who they think of as Christopher Superman. It's gonna be Christopher Reeve. You know, it'd be some Henry Cavill people out there, but people gonna say Christopher Reeve. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a Cavill guy. They need to move away from the Snyderverse look. The new DCU needs to look very different because the general audience needs to understand, and it's a fresh start. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. And like Al said, I mean, the Cavill's. I love Cavill's suit. I think it's top tier. You can't beat it. Um, the one from Man of Steel. But I think I don't know. I'd like to see like the brighter color palette. A return to that, and just yeah, like so folks know this is something new, right? I mean, us nerds, we're gonna know it's a new universe, new whatever, but like you
But
know
you're but also by doing Superman Legacy, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot anyways by giving it a subtitle, because general audience is like, what makes it Legacy? Like, do I
I was
need to
thinking
know
the same
something
thing.
already?
mm,
So I don't think,
that's true.
but I do think that the iconic imagery should be brought back. Yeah.
I'm with you, Al. I'm with you. Shout out Philly Phil, what's going on? Good morning, welcome to the House of Nurture. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. I appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate you, man. Al, did you bring on Phil in this most recent my most recent hiatus? Did he make an
Mm-hmm.
appearance?
And I had Pink Buzz
Oh yeah,
and
the Pink Boss Boys.
Leandra, I think.
Okay, Leandra too.
Tara. Yeah.
Tara. All right, all righty.
I can't remember. Everything blurs together
I
after.
know, man. The last couple months. Wait, what about the belt? It seems it comes with the trunks. Um, yeah, good point. Good point. I don't know. I like the yellow belt.
That, and he's kind of wearing like a homage to it
Right? I don't know.
in
Well, yeah,
the
what
no
Dean Kane?
underwear.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. Apologies, Miss Aldana.
Today your
Yes,
birthday?
you had a
It's on
birthday the other day.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. I'm not
Thank
singing it.
you.
Don't expect,
Happy,
but
happy 21st birthday, yeah. Turn up.
yes,
That's exactly what it was.
We
happy.
gonna turn.
You hear this? There we go. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. One more time, folks. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, man. How did you celebrate?
We had a for one night only Shrek part
Okay.
two.
Okay. So
Phil,
what
Cookie,
is this
Tara.
Shrek thing?
Huh?
Like what is this Shrek stuff you're talking about? It's like
Uh,
fan fiction?
so we just did 2 episodes on it, but it's not our show. It's not Shrek.
Oh,
It's just we covered the 2 books that happened to be about Shrek.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, it's just a bunch of people hanging out, drinking stuff we can get demonetized for on other channels, but can't on there. So,
He
Oh, so you
said,
guys get into it. You guys get into it.
oh, we
yeah,
could we could I. You can count the C words on no hands because it's limitless.
Hey, hey, hey.
she said, we ain't gonna get demonetized on that platform.
Birthday
Listen,
shots.
when I tell you,
Birthday
just
shots.
getting drunk and talking trash on with your internet friends is great. So we try to do it like twice a month.
Hey, for sure, it's fun, man. You gotta do it. I mean, I'm enjoying. You understand how much I'm enjoying this right now? Just hanging out with you guys in the community and stuff. And folks, I've been talking nothing but like poo poo and diaper changes and all kinds of just baby stuff. So it's nice to get into the nerd stuff with you guys, man. Um, back to the suit. Before we move on, it's not the color palette on Henry's suit that bothers me. It's the texture that bothers me. I don't know why. Cookie, why? I love,
The texture
I
is
love the texture.
gross.
Really, you too, huh?
It's like tryptophobic, like
Stop.
tryptophobia. It has
I,
like
I
little
love
bumps
the intricate
everywhere.
design, man. It really, You know, you guys are
I
The
mean, I'll say this
Killmonger,
much.
I have to put your shirt back on, friend. Love you. I don't like it. I don't
What's
like
that?
bumps. Killmonger, the pattern on his skin that he got put on,
Oh,
the
okay, I see that.
scars, the
Okay,
scarring, ugh, makes
okay,
me itchy.
all right, okay.
I think the
Respect.
Cavill suit, the texture of the Cavill suit seems a lot. If Superman, I mean, it seems more realistic in the fight. Like it's not gonna get torn apart. Basically.
Mhm. Yeah.
Versus the Christopher Reeve suit, like, oh, well, you fighting people, that thing will get torn.
But I also feel like for airflow, the
Well,
Christopher
yeah,
Reeves one probably works better. I just
she
know
can
he
breathe in it.
stinks in the Cavill one.
The
For my biggest takeaway is okay. So no texture and large bulge is what the audience wants.
Think of feeling that texture slowly, giving you those uncomfortable feelings.
Really,
One,
I feel like
jail.
okay. All right.
One, go to jail right now. Ew. He said, delicious.
Oh, man. Hey, folks, man, we're excited. Let's get some more news, man. Superman Legacy, James Gunn. Let us know. Trunks, no trunks. You know what? I feel like now's a good time to I want to talk about Across the Spider Verse. Weekend review, folks. Here we go. Oh, it's been so long. I like that. I like that, Diddy Bob. I like. Oh, you dancing? You dancing? Hey, hey. Oh, yeah, I see you're getting some summer color in that sepia tone there. Hey, what's going on?
No, I
Hmm?
think it's just your eyes.
Getting some sun? Is it my eyes?
I
The
think
lack
your
of
eyes are
sleep?
just going back. Yeah, it's the same one I always have on.
Oh, okay, okay. Folks, we're getting into Cross the Spider Verse and the Flash thoughts and reactions, man. There we go. There we go. Ah, who who has watched it? Who hasn't watched it? Because we're gonna get into some spoilers. I think that's fair to say. Um, I know my buddy Juanito said he hasn't watched it yet, but you know, fair warning, folks. For those who are watching on the replay or watching live, we will get into some spoilers for Spider Verse and the Flash. And with that being said, Joey is getting right into it. Uh, Across the Spider Verse, best comic book movie of all time. Hold that thought. I am gonna pose a question to the folks at home. Black Crown Comics, shout out. Good morning, my man. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Curious to hear your thoughts. We're talking Across the Spider Verse, folks. What did you guys think? Let us know. Let us know in the chats in the comments. El, Marklin, what are your thoughts, baby?
Hmm.
El,
That's all you gonna say, Al?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen none of these movies. I told you that before you scheduled the show. I haven't seen nothing.
Boo,
I
boo,
did
boo.
watch the Bear season 2. Shout out to Carmi. That's about it.
So you watched the one thing I hadn't watched. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
let's talk
right.
spoilers.
I
I
can't wait
see.
for
I
that.
see how you are. But yeah, I've seen both of them, and I agree. I think Across the Spider Verse should probably win the Oscar for best, not just Oscar for best animated film, but the Oscar for best film of the year. And I've actually seen a lot of movies this year. You
Okay.
know, I think I'm like, oh, the pandemic is over. Let me go to the $6 Tuesday matinee or something like that.
Now and see, that's how I know you live in the South, because our matinees are still $16, $17. When I went to take her to see The Little Mermaid, I said, you know what? Maybe we wait. I don't want to spend $32 just to get in.
Man, ain't nobody tell you go to see
You guys are lucky.
You can stay there in Atlanta.
For a matinee, $16? No, thank you.
Oh,
That's
we're
expensive.
paying up here in Canada for IMAX tickets. So right before my son was born, actually the day before, I went to go watch Spider-Verse with my two older children. IMAX tickets. So basically, it came out to like $75 for 3 movie tickets. It's crazy. I know. It's insane. But I'll say this much. Absolutely worth it. We watched it in IMAX. And honestly, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to agree. I would say at the very least, Across the Spider-Verse is a top 3 comic book movie. And I can see the argument for being the best comic book movie of all time. I thought Into the Spider-Verse, I didn't think they were going to top it. I thought it would be very hard.
Exactly.
Sorry, bud.
I agree with you. I didn't think they could top Into the Spider-Verse, but they did.
They did, man. They did. So that Across the Spider blew me away, folks. Blew me away. I don't even know where to start, man. You know, it had your emotional beats. The animation was next level insane, dude. You know, the action sequences, it was funny, heartfelt, like everything that you can want. This is like a true comic book movie, man. I've managed to see it twice already. I'm gonna try to see it a third time.
I need to go see it a second time. Shoot.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it, folks. If you have, you got to see it in theatres, man. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, like I ain't paying that money
on my TV that I paid thousands of dollars for.
So Politics Comics Inc. I don't go to the theater that often, once or twice a year, actually. I wait for streaming, but spoiler. Okay, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that, man. Fair enough. I know you just said you only go once or twice, but man, if you do have the opportunity at all, highly recommend checking this out on the big screen, man. It's super enjoyable, man. Marklin, what are your thoughts on the movie? What were your favorite, I guess? What did you like most about it? What were your favorite stories?
I can't tell you what I like most about it, Sergio, because I liked everything about it. But I mean, I saw the IMAX too. I think I paid maybe like $14 or something to go see the IMAX, like the last matinee show. So I saw it, and I was on one big dome IMAX theater. So you sitting in the top and just the dome and moving everything around. I mean, the story is good. I mean, but then the story also focuses on various characters, not just Miles. I mean, that's the primary story, but you had a lot of story on Gwen. You get to see Peter B. Parker come back from the first movie. You get to focus on Miguel O'Hara. Probably the breakout character for a lot of people is Spider-Punk. Hobie
was cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Dan Kaluuya that won the Oscar last year for Judas and the Black Messiah. Most people know him from Get Out. Jordan Peele's Get Out.
Hobie, he's Spider-Punk. I didn't even know that.
That's who Spider-Punk was.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And probably my favorite line, and it was like, when they were like the scene you're showing when they're chasing Miles and they get to the part of the train and Miguel catches up to him and he's like, you got to do this, da. He's like, nah, I'll do my own thing. He's like, I ain't doing it. That's my favorite line from that movie. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, a lot of great lines. That whole, like the screenshot I got up here, that whole escape sequence from the Spider headquarters was just insanity. The train, the chasing with Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099 was incredible, man.
I mean, and it's a love letter to Spider-Man fans. Like that scene you just showed, how many different Spider-Man can people point out Easter eggs in that? I mean, I was like, that's amazing. I mean, if you read Spider-Man comics, you're gonna pick up stuff you've seen before.
And I just read this yesterday. Apparently, folks, did you guys know that there's 2 versions of Across the Spider-Verse in theaters? It's not like huge differences, but apparently there's some different scenes, different Easter eggs, man. I've seen it twice, and I didn't notice any I guess differences between the versions I watch. I mean, so I'm gonna try to watch it again. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. If you can catch what the different scenes and stuff are, man. Ruben was saying it's just as good. Okay, so you don't think it's better? You don't think it's better? Ian saying Into the Spider-Verse was my number one comic book movie, but Across smashed it. Each time I watch it, I notice new things. Everything works story-wise. Clever take on a multiverse story. Each frame is pure art. The
That's
anime,
it. He's right. It is art because different characters. That the art is different when it focuses on different characters. You have to see that too. I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah. I can't say enough, man. Like they crushed the animation. I love how each world had its own style, right? Like Spider Woman's world had a very Martin Simmons-esque art style to it. Then you had like the main Miles, and then Spider, all the different like multiverses, man. It was very cool. I think if you guys, for those who haven't watched it, if you enjoyed Into the Spider Verse, you're gonna be blown away by Across. So I mean, you have something to look forward to, Al, when you finally check it
I
out, man.
do.
You do absolutely, man. You didn't like the first one?
I've seen it.
You disappoint me, man.
He said you disappoint me.
My
You
kids love
disappoint me.
it. My kids, they have like the guitar and
Yeah.
all the little thwippers that came, but for me personally,
Okay.
I'll watch it when I watch it.
Okay. You're
Now,
Yeah,
watching.
now
yeah. I promise
Barbie,
you,
when we
you
do
will
the
enjoy
Barbie
it.
episode,
You guys are sorry.
I said now when we do the Barbie episode
Oh, you're going to see Barbie? Okay.
You guys
and
are Barbie?
Oppenheimer, double feature, baby.
Okay. All right. Oppenheimer is long. I'm gonna go see Mission
Oppenheimer
Impossible.
looks sick though, yo. I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait.
That is something I would see in IMAX.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
for
pay
sure.
IMAX prices. Yeah.
Yeah. Any Nolan film in IMAX, really. Joy saying there aren't two versions. I've been looking out for this. There are small variations in some scenes, and they seem to mix them up. So, are you agreeing or you're not agreeing, buddy? 'Cause you're saying there are variations in scenes.
I would like to know how many times Joey has seen it, though. Like, has he seen it?
He's a
Is he
three-timer. He said
you
he's a
know?
three-timer.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So yeah, of course, this one it deals with Miles Morales, you know, traveling into the multiverse. Miguel O'Hara. What did you guys think of his character?
I like it. Well, I like seeing Miguel O'Hara in there. Now
Mhm.
he is a douche in this movie, you know.
By design. By
But it's good to see Miguel O'Hara. It is good to see him, because you watch the first movie, he shows him the end of the first movie,
Mhm.
But I think he's going to have a redemption arc in the next movie. Is what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, I don't. There's no way they're gonna leave the character like that. For sure, he's gonna something of a redeem himself, I would think, man. And it was interesting because this one is very much more ensemble. Like the story, the first 10 minutes of the movie was all Gwen Stacy, right?
Right. I mean, and Miguel O'Hara shows up, and then Jessica Jones, Spider Woman,
Mm-hmm.
pregnant African American female Spider Woman shows up. Issa Rae voices her. I
Yeah,
mean, diversity in this movie is just, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we get to see Spider-Man, Spider people from all over the world. It is not just Peter Parker. And to the point, I've seen some people on some shows like, hey, man, if they keep doing stuff like this, probably the next 10, 20 years, Miles Morales will be people's primary Peter Parker.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at
I mean, Spider-Man. I mean, it's gonna be some people
that.
that's hating on it, like, hey, Peter
Yeah.
Parker, Spider-Man, da da da. And I'm like, man, but nah.
Chill saying he's one of the first not Peter Spider-Mans. We're talking about 2099. I think you're talking about 2099. Yeah.
I remember that, man. Peter Davis to write Spider-Man 2099. I had that too.
I had the old his first appearance and his first issue there, but man, the books that I lost or tossed as a kid, man, it saddens me sometimes,
Oh
man.
man, we didn't talk about that. Comic books you had that you lost.
I know that's a sort. I'm sorry. I know, Martin.
No, it's good, man. I'm slowly building a new collection.
Ruben saying, I didn't care for the cliffhanger. I love the cliffhanger. I loved it.
I've heard say that because cliffhanger is the number one thing I see people complain about.
Really?
And especially people who don't know comic books. Like, why did the movie have to end this way? Why did it have to end this way?
Yeah, didn't they kind of promote this as a two-parter?
They did. It was very, they from the time they started production on this, they said it was going to be 2 parts. So I'm confused as to why people are upset. But I'm going to ask Ruben and for the other folks who perhaps didn't like the cliffhanger, is it because it ended on a cliffhanger, or you didn't like what actually happened at the end there? Because I thought it was kind of like Infinity War, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I would say this much: Infinity War, they clearly lost in Infinity War. It was like, oh, we don't lost, and it's bad. And then Endgame picks up like, all right, we lost, and this is how we kind of picked up the pieces from we lost. Well, this is like they could have added something else. It just like stopped. Like, oh, we're gonna stop right here.
Yeah. Joy saying, for example, I've seen some changes between the 3 scenes. Oh, you have? Okay. Between the 3 screenings, but not all the changes. For example, there's a scene where Miguel's assistant takes a selfie, but I haven't seen it. I think that's the version that I saw then. I think that's the version I saw. Yeah. You're talking about her guy in the chair, right? Or his guy in the chair? The Avatar assistant. That's the version I saw. Sorry, I want to have dropped for the day, but I hope all of you have a safe week. And Sergio, good to see your face again. Congrats on my baby and El Happy Late Birthday. Hey, my man, thank you for coming through, man. It was good to hang. I got to get you on the panel, on the show soon, Juanito. We got to hang out, chill, talk all the nerd stuff, man. Have a great day, buddy. And then Chill confirming, he's talking about Miguel. Ian saying the cliffhanger was amazing. It's called Part 1 in the title. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. We knew this. We knew this. Ruben saying because it ended, what happened was cool. Okay, so I guess you just weren't expecting that. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was going to end looking at because I'm the kind of person I'm in the movie looking at my phone like, all right, well, I know I bought this ticket at this time. It started this time, so it should be ending soon. I was like, okay. But I was so engaged by this. I was like, oh, okay, what happened?
The anomaly twist was so cool because it made so much sense, but we never realized. Are we talking about that's the anomaly with the ending?
Yeah, the spider. Well, remember they said that he should have never been a Spider-Man because the spider that bit him was from his universe.
So what did you think about that? I thought that was cool. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I liked it because I noticed it immediately when they first started doing the machine. I said, oh, I noticed it, but I didn't pick it back up. Like, oh, it says you back to where the spider that bit you from, not where you're from. Oh, snap.
Yeah,
and and I like I've heard that the spider being labeled 42 is a homage to Jackie Robinson and his jersey number being the first.
That's pretty cool. The first black
African American player in MLB.
Okay, that's I like that. That's a nice touch, eh? Little things like that, man. So many when it finally comes on streaming, like I'm just gonna be constantly pausing. So I want to catch all the different Spider-Man, all the Easter eggs and things like that, man.
I mean, because automatically what you're showing, I see, the Spider-Man from the TV show with the one he had, the nanites and stuff like that, and then I see the when he lost his costume and he went to the Fantastic Four, and they didn't, and Johnny Storm didn't have a costume for him, so he been put a paper bag and a Fantastic Four suit on.
Yeah. You know what I was a little sad that we didn't get to see the noir Spider-Man, Nick Cage's character in this at all, except for his little cameo.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, he didn't have like a speaking role or anything like that. But it looks like he'll be in the next one. right?
Now, my concern about the next one was to come out in March of 2024. I'm like,
It's not
is
happening.
it done? And do they have time? Because now I'm hearing stories like, oh, they overworking these people on Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Well,
And
they
it's,
planned it out. I doubt that they're being overworked past a certain extent. This was a planned two-parter, so I'm sure they're
So
fine.
you're,
They're
think,
getting paid.
you're thinking it'll come out on time though?
Yeah, they just like when yeah, I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's because the script's already written, all that stuff is already done. So if they have the voice acting down before they go on strike too, then
before they go on strike. That's real talk. I mean, I don't know if they made everybody record this stuff before or not.
My man, chill. He's quick with it. Miles was the only noir Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah. I see what you did there, buddy. I see what you did there. What did you guys think of the Spot? And like, he's gonna be like the main
I mean, I
villain.
was surprised they made the Spot work because the Spot is a laughable comic book villain. I remember getting comic books with the Spot. I
Yeah,
think Paul Jenkins was writing Spider-Man or something like that then in the early 2000s. And I was like, this is a laughable character. But they made it work. They made the Spot a plausible threat. I would have never seen that coming. That's a testament to the writing right there.
yeah. But I like how they leaned into it. Like his when he first came into the movie, like he was like just this silly like nothing character, and he's trying to be the main villain, and the joke in the film is like, nah, you're barely a villain of the week type. You're like an E-list villain, man. So yeah, and Chill saying he was a threat, but Spot wasn't evil. I don't think so either. At least not initially. At least not initially. I think when he gets like he starts consuming all the different, he started increasing his powers. I think that starts messing with him a little bit. You know, um, make him a little darker. But I think initially, yeah, he's just trying to He's just trying to survive. He's just trying to do his thing. I definitely you sympathize with the character, right? You know, he became like that, by accident and stuff like that. So kind of caused by Miles, as he was saying, right?
Well,
So
I mean, that's even a throwback to the first
mhm.
movie. How when you go back and watch the first one, you see where he actually throws the donut and hit dude. You see that in the first movie, I think. What?
Yeah, well, it was just pretty funny because I went back and I watched Into the Spider-Verse, and you do see the guy getting hit with the donut, right? Or,
Yeah.
or bagel, or whatever it was, man.
So you're a bagel guy.
Yeah. Ian saying Miles being an anomaly is such a cool idea. He shouldn't exist, and he was the reason Peter died in the first movie. It's going to be interesting to see how it concludes. Won't be out next year, though. I agree, it won't be out next year. I also agree. I like the reason that they gave in the film. Like he really, Miles Morales shouldn't exist. He is an anomaly. I thought that was a great twist that I did not see coming. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Al, on the film? What did you think?
it was
I think
Spider
everybody
Man.
should see it,
Spider-Man. Yeah.
including L. You need to see it. So I know I say put on your sooner rather than later list.
Well,
L.
it looks like the whole plot was already told, so I feel like I've already seen it.
No, you
Stop
haven't seen
it.
it
Stop it.
because visually it is spectacular. I promise you.
Oh,
And you like
gorgeous.
art, L. So I think because you like art,
Yeah.
you would like this.
Yeah, I think oh, you're gonna love this,
No,
man.
I know I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'll see it when it comes to streaming.
Ruben saying he loved the Indian Spider-Man. I thought he was jokes. Who was the actor? I recognized him, but I
That was
couldn't.
old boy from that was the taxi driver in Deadpool.
Oh yes, thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
thank you,
bad.
Martin. Yes, yes, yes. It was bugging me. I'm like, who is it? I recognize him. No way it's coming out in 2024. Agree. I think 2025 at the earliest, and Oscar is saying 2026. I mean, it's not. It's not.
Did they ever announce it as coming out back to back like that?
What do you mean?
Like, did they announce it as coming out 1 year later?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the whole from the time it was like, the next year, right? Kind of like what.
Yeah,
Because I always
but this one
assumed
was
it was like
delayed too, though.
Avatar. Because Avatar, they said that those were gonna come out back to back to back, and now it's like 2032.
Okay. Yeah. True. That, and a good point is, Across was delayed,
Yeah,
right? So I
it
mean,
was delayed. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Beyond's delayed, but Sony
yeah.
is in their bag now. Because the only thing I really hate about these movies and hate it using generally is that it makes Sony feel like, oh, we can make movies with Spider-Man's characters now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they have the best track record. I mean, I watched Venom on Stars.
My
This is a
kids
good B
love
movie.
Venom though. The movies, they watch them more than any Marvel movie, more than
Really?
any DC movie. The two Venom movies, they love that stupid shit.
Yeah.
They love it.
What
Okay.
about Morbius? Are they watching Morbius a lot too?
No.
You said no.
No. But the Venom movies, they love those too. They like even Spider-Man, they won't sit through any of the Tom Holland ones, but put on Venom and they're there.
That is
Okay.
amazing to me, man.
Okay. Um.
Are they excited about Craven?
I don't think they I honestly we watched the trailer and I don't think it has like comic book vibes enough for them to care. You know what I mean? I think they like Venom because it's over the top. It's like nonstop action. Like I'm sure they'll love Deadpool once they're a little bit older. Just because like less narrative, more fighting. That's what they care about.
Okay.
Yeah, they just like the silliness, the action and stuff.
Yeah.
The dynamic with Venom and what's his face.
It's just a fun summer movie. I think that you know what I mean. Like you don't have to think; you could just put it on.
Popcorn flick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. Folks, we're gonna do our copper drop this week, but our copper drop is a little different. Normally for this segment, we pitch a book and then you guys vote on it, we read it, and then we vote, whether to continue picking it up, cop, or dropping the poll list, right? No comic book this week. Our copper drop discussion is a little film called The Flash. Let's get into copper drop. Here we go, folks. Copper drop, baby. You know what it is. This week we're talking The Flash film, which, man, has been super, I think, what's the word? Divisive?
Savage.
I think either you love it or you hate it, man. And I don't know. I don't know if more folks are digging it or not, man. But definitely there was a lot of talk when it dropped a couple weeks back. So we're here to discuss: is it a cop? Is it a drop? Let us know. Again, if you're watching the replay, in the comments, man, what did you think about this film? If you're watching us live and you're with us live, let me know. Let us know, folks. What did you guys think, man? Markelin, what are your thoughts, bro?
So here are my thoughts.
Here we go.
I enjoyed it. I went to go see the IMAX. First of all, I'm gonna say this much: the first scene when he's running from when it starts from Gotham or wherever it's Central City to Gotham, that ish is like a ride. Because especially in IMAX, when he's running across, you're like, man, you're like, whoa, let me sit back and do this. The first scene where he comes and and saves the babies and all this stuff. I love all that stuff. So I love the use of the powers. I do see what people are complaining about when he gets in this chronosphere, whatever it is, and how the special effects look off. I do see that, but I'm like, I'll shake that off. I enjoyed the story. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Ben Affleck. I enjoyed seeing Michael Keaton. I enjoyed Sasha Calle, Supergirl.
Yeah.
I personally think it's probably one of the better DCEU movies, if not the best. It's probably the best thing I've ever seen Ezra Miller in. It probably is. And I'm not an Ezra Miller fan at all, but it's like I believe he was Prime Universe older Barry and alternate younger Barry. I actually believe it was two different people. So
hold on, rewind that, pause that thought. You said one of the better DC movies, if not the best. Oh my god!
Let's see. Aquaman, first Wonder Woman, probably Zack Snyder's Justice League. I enjoy Black Adam in
Okay.
this.
Okay.
If I had to pick, I enjoyed Aquaman, but I hadn't been back to watch Aquaman in a while.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I think I've watched that more than once.
Yeah.
I enjoyed just Zack Snyder's Justice League
Mhm.
4 hour version, but I'm like, I'm not going to sit there for 4 hours and watch it though.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed Man of Steel. Probably Man of Steel. I probably watched Man of Steel more than any of them. Probably.
Right.
I
There
probably
will.
have.
Yeah.
And this will probably go in that category of Man of Steel. I can see myself rewatching this one.
Mhm.
Even though the point is, it doesn't. Well, I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day with the upcoming James Gunn universe.
Yeah. Sadly, but I think to your point, I think the Flash has high rewatchability.
Right.
You know,
Definitely.
My thoughts, folks. Listen, I was super, super hyped for this, man. This was like probably my most anticipated this year, easy, other than Dune. Um, I thought it was a whole lot of fun. It was funny, had good emotional beats. Um, a lot of the criticism that I'm seeing, and fairly, and was the CGI, the special effects, man. That opening sequence with the baby saving.
Right.
Honestly, dude, I'm telling you, if the CGI was on point, like up to par, that could probably be one of, if not the best, comic book action sequences that we've seen. Because
I agree with you, man. I
it
mean,
was
it was
done really
entertaining.
well.
It was
Yeah.
hilarious. It was funny, but
Hmm.
you were entertained trying to see how he was going to do it, how he was
Yeah.
going to make it work. Even though you knew, like, oh, he's going to save him, obviously. But you were like,
Right.
oh, how's he going to make this work?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was great, man. It's just the CGI, not only in that sequence but throughout the film was rough, man. You know. Yeah. It's just I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if they rushed the film, or like apparently the director was saying some like the Chrono Bowl
Mhm.
sequences that was intentionally funny looking
Right. Which I've heard him
CGI,
say that.
right? But the rest of the stuff, man, like it looked very video game cutscene-ish, like it wasn't up to par for like a big tent pole film like this. But again, this was the opening sequence, the baby and the mic. I thought if the CGI was done well, that's like an all timer of a scene. But you
I
know,
mean, and I'll say this, Sergio, this movie has a lot working against it. One is got Ezra Miller, who everybody hates now. you
yeah,
know. Two, it's got the fact that the CW Flash just ended. As much as people complained about the last couple seasons of that, people love that. So people love
mhm,
they want to see Grant Gustin as the Flash on the big screen. Grant Gustin probably don't want to be Flash ever again, but that's what they want to see.
yeah,
And three, you got it came out behind after the Spider-Verse. I'm across the Spider-Verse. I mean, that hurt it coming out
yeah,
across the Spider-Verse. It did.
yeah. It's funny. I took my kids. Actually, we went a big squad. I think we went like 8 or 10 deep to go
Mhm.
watch this Flash when it dropped opening weekend. Um, and one of the first comments my kids said was, "Oh, it's no Spider Verse, right?"
Exactly.
So it's tough when you're coming right after like a film like that. But I think just on its own, I thought it was pretty good. It's not an all time comic, but I was like thoroughly entertained. I was laughing, I was smiling, man. Sasha Kaye, I thought she was great. I want to see her back as Supergirl. Like, please, man, bring her back. Um, Keaton, Batman, of course. Listen, I'm an '89 guy. I love Keaton. I thought he was cool. Um, I mean, what else was there? Batfleck, was great to see him again. His
And,
sequence was dope. Was a lot of fun.
and you get to see another Batman at the end of the movie, which I didn't expect, and I chuckled at that. Okay.
That was very cool. I did not see that. There was an audible gasp in the theater. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Again, spoiler warning, folks. But before that, I want to give a shout out to Paul. Politics Comics, thank you so much for coming through, man. It was great hanging out with you again. Hopefully you can come back next one. And I'd like to get you on the panel one of these days, man. Definitely wanna have you on a panel with us, man. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Yeah, the big kind of the Easter egg reveal at the end was Clooney's return as he made a cameo as the Batman, which was a whole lot of fun.
And a
but
lot of people say
apparently WB was trying to
Batman franchise. When he played Batman and was it Batman and Robin? Was that the name of that
Batman
movie?
and Robin. Yeah.
Basically what killed the franchise that Schwarzenegger was a star over Clooney. That's what killed it, in my opinion. I remember seeing that, like, how the hell is Arnold Schwarzenegger's name bigger than George Clooney's? And George Clooney is the Batman.
That stuff got kooky. Joey's saying The Flash was okay. I liked parts, but wasn't great. The story got messy. The CGI was bad at times, and young Ezra was annoying, but it was good to see Keaton, and it had some feels. I agree. It definitely had some feels. It was great to see Keaton. You know what? I didn't mind. I thought the two Ezra, the dynamic was really, it was fun. I enjoyed that.
Well, let me say this, Sergio. What I thought was going to happen, I thought just watching the trailers that young alternate universe Ezra was going to end up becoming Zoom. Simply because he had yellow and stuff on, but they didn't go that way. So I respect him for that.
Yeah.
And I think also it maybe, I'm not going to say heard it, but a comparison to Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is like, hey, you don't have to do what you don't want to do. If this is going to be a bad decision for you, we're going to go ahead and make the best decision for you, as a person. Here it's like, you make a decision for you, it's going to mess up everything. And you can't make the decision that's best for you. You just got to accept that some things you can't fix and you can't save. This has a darker tone than Across the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
They both multiverse users, but it's two different lessons. One is like, now I'm going to do me and I'm going to save my pops. Other is like, well, you save your mom, it's going to destroy everything.
Now, Marco, would you say it was too dark? It was too heavy? And I'm because my oldest, he was actually telling me. He said the movie was too serious. He said I didn't like. He said it made me sad. But I get you thinking, like, I don't know. I think like the emotional beats affected you like that. I think that's a good thing. It was. I guess the performance is like with Ezra, he's got all the crazy shenanigans going on in real life. But his performance was good enough that I forgot about all that stuff, right? I was just kind of...
And that's why I said this is probably the best thing I've ever seen him in. The Dame was like, he had seen him in something else. And I'm like, I hadn't seen him. I've only seen him in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer and DC movies. That's all I've ever seen Ezra Miller in.
Okay, I didn't even know he was in that Amy Schumer movie.
Yeah, he was in that movie. He was like the dude she tried to bone, and then she found out he was underage, and that's who he was.
So Figure Drawing saying WB set themselves up to fail for Zaslav, saying The Flash is the best ever, and Gunn saying it's one of the best. You know what? I would say if the CGI was on point, they're not that far off from it being one of the better comic book films. I think I saw Joey was rating it like 7 to 10. I put it like a 7.5. It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. I just, I
mean, if we're gonna say Spider-Man Cross Spider is a 10, 9.5, it's definitely gonna be a 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Absolutely, yeah. Because you're right there. Spider-Verse is like a fucking 10, 9.5, like at the lowest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is fair to say something like The Flash is like a 7.5. You know what I mean? I thought it was good, man. WB must have forced the director to say it was bad on purpose. Yeah, that was a funny statement, right? Like them saying, yeah, some of the CGI was looked like that on. I mean, why would you do that? I don't know. There's different ways of I don't know, kind of trying to bring across that aesthetic, that things are weird and not as they seem, instead of just making it like poorly done.
But
CGI.
also, I think Gunn hurt this movie too by saying it really did. But Gunn's announcement have hurt these movies. They're like, well, it doesn't matter, and people like, well, it doesn't matter. And then you got these angry Snyderverse fans who like, I'm gonna boycott it anyway because it's not part of Snyder's vision. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah. The last third was a mess. The story made little sense, and it was all for nothing in the end as Barry makes the same mistake again. Also, the humor only hit 10% of the time for me. So many jokes. Yeah, I thought it was funny, Joey. I thought, yeah, definitely more than the 10% hit rate. Um, the story, I mean, I think the story-wise, I don't think it's one of those. I mean, it's a time travel movie. It's kind of like Back to the Future. I think that's a fair comparison. Does it make 100% sense? Probably not when you really try to dissect it like that. But I don't think it needs to, right? It's a time travel comic book movie, man. Can't be too hard on it, right? You know. Ruben Singh overall, I liked it, but certain parts killed it for me. Baby scene and Nick Cage. Oh my god, that was another part. The theater went wild. For those who knew, like half the theater was like quiet during it, but the other half was like we were blown away. We were blown away at seeing Nick Cage as Superman. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
No
Was it
lie.
called Superman Lives or Superman, Return?
Superman lives, yeah.
Yeah, which never got made, but
Hmm. And the
I went,
cool part, bud, was that the scene that we see Nick Cage as Superman, that was some of the leaked Kevin Smith, from the actual script that they were gonna film. So it was cool to see it made, man. I don't know. Yeah.
I heard they were gonna have Linda Carter Wonder Woman in there at one point too, but somehow that got cut. But we had to
That
see
got
that.
yeah.
Christopher Reeve Superman, Helen Slater Supergirl.
They were in it, yeah.
Who else did we see in there?
Yeah, we got Reeves, we got Nick Cage, Superman. We got some others. They were trying to get Christian Bale for the longest time. He was supposed to be the Clooney cameo, but they couldn't get Bale.
That would be
So
interesting.
they got Clooney, which I think is pretty funny. It could have just been an animated movie. They did that; they wouldn't have lost so much money.
Yeah, but Figuredron, they've already done an animated
Yeah,
Flash
they've done-
movie. And it was good. It's probably, it was fire.
That's cool. That's all right. Figures asking, do you think that the movie would have done well if the CGI was dope? I honestly, it would have done better. Would it have done massive numbers? I don't think so because of all the other circumstances, bud. The fact that really in the grand scheme, it doesn't matter moving, forward with the new DCU and everything like that, right? But what did it do like opening weekend? It was like 65 or something.
Yeah, I think it was like the number one. I think it was the number one movie, but then it like dropped.
Yeah.
In its second week, nothing came out, and I think Spider-Verse took the number one spot. I think it dropped from. It came out, it was number one movie that first weekend, June 16th. The next weekend, it fell to third, and Spider-Verse went back up to number one or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if the CGI was dope, I could see it like approaching 100 million, maybe. But again, at the end of the day, I think because of the fact it doesn't matter moving forward, I don't think it was ever going to be the big hit. And it sucks because it is, in my opinion, it's a good film, man. The Nick Cage scene looked bad, and while it hit me in the feels when I saw Reeve, I can see how it would confuse most viewers. The general audience doesn't know those versions of the heroes. Agreed. My son, like me and my older buddies, we went to go see it with my kids, and we got the references, right? But my kid was like, he was just like whatever at the Nick Cage scene. He's like, he didn't understand what was so cool about it, right? Or Reeves, right? So yeah, man. I mean, I think little things like that is for the super nerds, right? Which is okay, I'm not mad at that. Hip Hop's Team Nerd Herd podcast. What's going on? Hey, it's been too long, Steve. We got to bring you back on the show, man. We got to hang out. We got to do another hip hop and comics special, man. The Thank you so much for coming through. Hope you're enjoying the Sunday. Aaron Reese saying, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Despite Ezra's personal issues, he held the movie together. Yeah, thank you, Aaron. And I just said that as much, man. I said, you know, to Ezra's credit, his performance was strong enough that I forgot about all his like off-screen kind of drama, right? I was just enjoying the film, man. So, there's something to be said about that, I think. Al, you've been quiet. What were your thoughts on The Flash? Oh, Al's gone. She dipped.
Yeah, they dipped.
She
She
dipped.
right there.
She took off.
No, I had you guys muted this whole time because up until this point, I have avoided all Flash spoilers, and you guys know how I feel about Bat Daddies.
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna listen to nothing you guys are saying right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then I just waited for there to be an awkward pause, and I figured that would be you guys being like, "Is she even here?" I was here.
It's happening on the screen.
I didn't want to I
Now,
didn't want to hear it. Yeah.
let me ask you, Al, is this a theater watch for you or streaming?
No, it's a stream watch. For
Oh my gosh, no.
Yes.
you
I'm
stop?
hyped for it though. I know people have been talking trash for
Okay.
and against it. But I've been waiting for this for a long time, so I'll wait to see it.
You're wild, man. You're crazy. Why didn't Barry just go back and see who killed his
Wow, you mother trucker. I just said I was
mother? No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. We're telling you, but hold on.
Why
Hold on.
that part?
We haven't spoiled anything that, I mean, this is based on.
I don't even want to hear you talk about it though. That's what I'm saying. Like just it takes like one tiny slip and
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
It's like the multiverse. One change, butterfly effect.
multiverse. There's a multiverse in it.
Oh my God.
It's the butterfly effect.
Butterflies are in it.
Box office analyst Luis Fernando recently observed that if the Flash poor performance keeps up, it will lead the film to lose Warner Brothers more than 200 million. Wow. That's a big L. But like, did they put it in a position to win?
No.
Really?
This
Is
whole
that fair?
this whole box office season has been so weird. And I
Mhm.
think I feel like a lot of these movies all came out at the same time, could have been spaced out a little bit. Because it feels like every time, in theaters this Friday, I'm like, there's like, and I get you want healthy competition, but also like you want everybody to thrive and make money off this stuff.
No, they don't. They want to make money for themselves. That's the problem. But to your point, El, I think what it is this is the first full movie year
Yeah.
post pandemic, so they're trying to test out the waters. Like, all right.
And
And a lot of these movies been waiting. They would have been out already if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Now, what's streaming and in theaters at the same time that I will be going to theaters is FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. Absolutely will be in theaters, but
I'll probably see that because my middle child, he's a big Five Nights fan. So
my daughter was like crying when the last trailer came out. And I was like, oh, not you crying, but I get it. Finally seeing something, you grew up on come to life.
yeah. Al, you cried when the Barbie trailer dropped. Don't be a hater. I mean, come on.
No.
Stop.
No. But I do like, I was excited. It's exciting. And then, when your kid is excited about something that excited.
For sure.
So I'm going to take her to see it in theaters. And then my little ones will watch it at home the same day. Because I don't trust them in the theater to watch a horror movie. But Jade's like, she'll be 12, so she's fine.
Little Rugrats, little monsters just causing ruckus in the theater?
I don't know. They're pretty well behaved, but it's a horror movie, too. So
It's
I
just a
don't
horror
know.
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Yeah.
Like too scary, you mean?
People get
No,
got.
not even that it would be too scary, but they have, short attention spans, let's say.
Gotcha.
And so they love horror stuff. They love FNAF, too, but I don't think that like a 5 and 6 year old at the movie theaters to see FNAF. That's just too much mentally for me.
Hey,
Too much
that's-
work.
That's wise on your part.
I
Ed.
want to go and enjoy it too, though, because like I've been paying a lot of money into this franchise for like 10 years now. So let me get some money back in here too,
Yep, I got you.
or get my money's worth.
Chell saying Spider-Verse beat Flash, Elemental, and Transformers last weekend, which are newer. Yeah.
But
And I
Transformers
think
is one-
more so that just speaks to the strength of Spider-Verse. Like, it's got legs, man. It's a top tier comic. Now, chill. I don't know if you were here when we asked earlier. Is and where's that quote? Is Across the Spider Verse a top three all time comic book movie? Steve, if you're in the chats, Aaron, for those who just joined us, let us know what are you guys thinking? Top three all time comic book movie. We know what Joey thinks. He says it's the best. I would argue it's top three. Um, yeah, in discussion for the top. I don't know if it is, I mean, but yeah, man.
You guys want to start a fight with Chill? Hashtag recast Kang.
No,
Now we just wait.
no,
Now
no.
we just
And, I,
wait.
and I,
You gotta lay the
I've
bait
been
for
waiting.
Chill.
I've been
You're,
waiting because I've seen the difference they treated Ezra Miller and the way they treated Jonathan Majors. And I'm like, all right, we see because y'all got a lot more Ezra Miller than y'all got on Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors may beat his charges, when he go in August,
But we do have to address one elephant in the room, and that is this Megan Good angle is the most ridiculous thing in the history of
so. I mean,
ridiculous.
I think she really like him.
Even if you go by the timeline, it's so ridiculous. And whether or not he's guilty of anything, you are who you surround yourself with. So I'm not saying that he should be, again, innocent until proven anything. But at this point, I'm like, fire the whole team, my guy. The whole team. Fire
Wait,
your
you got
family
some of this
members.
Megan Good? Hold up.
No, I don't like him. I'm not a fan of Jonathan Majors.
But you
and
did
I'll
say
that.
You have said
No,
that consistently. You have said that
yeah.
consistently, though.
No, what I don't like. He has weird energy to me. I'm not like a fan of him
Yeah.
as an actor. But the Megan Good like beard thing is like, I don't know, like it's really weird. It's super like every time they go out, it's like photographed and it just doesn't feel organic. It feels artificial, manufactured.
I can't say that,
Put 'em-
but
put 'em- put 'em- put 'em
I'm
past
in love with
Hollywood,
Megan
yeah,
Guns. I can't say anything about that.
Save it for the after show now.
Save it for the after show. Ruben asking, should the new DC have Barry or Wally as the Flash? Even though Ezra was Barry, I feel like tonally he was very much a Wally. If that makes sense. I'd like to see Wally. He's my favorite Flash.
I think you're right, Ruben, because I mean the Flash I grew up reading comics on was Wally. And like I said, for no reason, Jeff Johns and them decided to get rid of Wally and bring Barry Allen back. That's what happened, as I recall. Like, oh well, we're just done with this character now. Let's bring back Barry Allen.
He was trying to do something as minor as possible after his talk with Bruce. What is this in reference to? What did I miss? He was trying to do something as minor as possible after his talk with Bruce. Oh, in reference to why didn't... Hey, that makes sense. So Joey was asking why didn't he just go back and see who killed his mother, right? And then he was trying to follow Bruce's advice. Don't mess up the timeline. Right? He was going back and just be as least intrusive as possible. I don't know. I can see that.
I mean, but the whole, you need to mute yourself or mute us again. The whole thing is like, this movie has changed my whole perception of time travel. Because it's like the point, if you travel back in time, it's like you never end up back where you in your presence. It's always an alternate universe if you do anything,
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not actually traveling back in time. You actually or I guess you travel back into your past. It's the past. When you travel forward, because you travel back in past, now you're going to an alternate present timeline. That's what I'm thinking now.
Oh, we had Spoiler Kings on when you were gone too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound. You brought everybody.
What did we talk about? We talked about movies.
It's good to hear.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Spoiler Kings. I was saying earlier, thank you everybody who came through the house and held down, hosting duties with either Marklin or Al, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us in the chats, my man. Yeah, it feels good to be back. Almost 2 months since I've done a Sunday show, man. So it feels great to talk, nerd with all you guys, man. What else? Joey saying that could have helped him free his father in the present
Y'all
day.
haven't moved on to the next subject yet.
I know. Get out of here. Indy Jones isn't doing
Yeah, let's
great.
talk Indiana Jones.
Ooh,
Now hold on. It's not a top 3 all time. So where would you put it, Chill?
is
Where would you put it? Figure drawing saying top 3 animated. It's a top animated. Forget even that's not even fair, bro. It's the top animated. Like done. End of discussion, in my opinion. Right? We're talking. I mean, I think all time. I shall not be triggered.
I should not be triggered.
Yeah. I was trying though. I was trying. That's for sure. New DCUs for using Wally. I like that. I'm with that right there. Yeah, and then we're talking about a little bit more on the Flash stuff. Figure drawing here. Did you get weird major? See, I didn't really like him in Lovecraft Country.
I didn't like him.
What?
He looks like one of my cousins who's an actual sexual predator. And so every time I see him, I think of my cousin and I'm like, ugh. So yeah, he's like always made me have weird vibes because he looks like my weirdo cousin.
I loved him in Lovecraft Country, and and because my ex-girlfriend said, well, your favorite actor is Don Cheadle, because I love Don Cheadle.
I love me some
She's
cheese.
like, Don Cheadle, but he was on the ride. He was like, could he be the new Don Cheadle? And of course, Don Cheadle shined this week, in Secret Invasion. I don't know if y'all watching that as well.
Markland is just on a spoiling spree.
Hey, I think he shined. I didn't say what happened.
No, but now that I know that he's in it, I'll watch it because I love me some cheese.
Hey man, Don Cheadle's the man, because Don Cheadle can
you
do drama, he can do comedy.
Yeah, I got it. John Cheadle could get it.
You said Don Cheadle could get it.
He could.
He's like 70. What's wrong with you?
And
no, Samuel L. Jackson's like 74. Don Cheadle's like.
Now I know Chill's trolling. Chill, you're trolling. Outside of my top, get out of here, bro. That's a waste man thing, bro. Get outside of my 10 unranked. Get out. What is it? Chill. What's in your top?
A lot of these straight to Blu-ray DC animated films are amazing too. They might not have the budget that Spider-Verse has, but they're pretty good in their own right.
Thank you, Figure Drawing, because I like who is this done? Who is this Jonathan Majors person? I mean, in Lovecraft Country got done dirty, but
doesn't he? Oh, but in Lovecraft Country too, didn't he always look like, what's the word, like befuddled? Like he was always like flabber, like he always looked like something like was shocking him.
Al, for the longest time, I'm so glad that you honestly you hit the nail on the head for me. It's just the weird vibe. There was something I couldn't put my finger on about him and his performances. You said it though. Yeah, I never liked him as an actor.
Yeah,
I mean, and to Tokyo's point, it's like I see these acquisitions coming out, but I also see them coming from Yale Drama School. So I looked at it, that's okay. Y'all, they only pick 14 people for a class at Yale. And I don't know if y'all have ever worked with theater people, but the ones I've been around are very, you never know what you're going to get any day, especially they doing method acting. Like, all right.
But also I think difference with it is, outside of race and stuff, Ezra is has known mental illness. And so I'm not saying that's a forgiven, you're always forgiven. No, but I could see how his behavior can become problematic because of, battling stuff with that, especially if he's unmedicated and not being treated.
Oh, you know a little bit about mental health, eh?
You what? What? You don't believe in mental health?
I also grew up with Wally as my
I forgot, my bad.
I grew up with Wally as my Flash.
He said men don't get sad.
Get out of here, bro. I'm reading a comment right now.
Hey, real talk. I mean, mental health. I mean, I'm happy in 2023 we talking about mental health now, because we talking about hey, you got your spiritual tank, your physical tank, your mental health tank, and your emotional tank. You got to make sure all your tanks are balanced out.
I'm with Aaron 100%. Wally was my Flash. I'd love to see him in the DCU. I mean, I knew who Barry was, but for me, he was the main Wally, or he was the main Flash for 20 years or something.
I mean, pretty much since Crisis. I mean, and my uncle used to give me comic books. He's like, Barry Allen was the Flash, but he died. So this guy's the Flash now. That's basically what my introduction to Wally was. Here, read this Flash comic book. Yeah. Kid Flash became the Flash.
Yeah, that's my thing. Spider-Verse 1 and 2 are both top 10. Agree. Hard agree. I would say number 2 is better than number 1.
And I watched Spoiler Kings. They had a discussion about this. I usually come in late on their Monday night show once my girlfriend like sleep, I can watch it. But that was they really went in and doing an analysis of that though. So I gotta give
You
them
said
credit for
take
that.
your melatonin so I could watch SK.
With the vino. With the vino. Hey, I did want to touch briefly, guys, on Transformers Rise of the Beast.
I enjoyed this. I did.
Yeah?
You see it? Did you see
I
it?
did, Mark, and I grew up on Beast Wars, on Beast Machines. So when this was announced and we saw the trailers, I mean, I was all in 100%. There was no way I was gonna miss it. Um, yeah, I'd like to hear what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I do have a take on this.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't seen it, but I love Beast Wars. Like it was my jam growing up. Like it was my brothers. Like if I was to say like what was one thing we shared in common, like it was definitely like Beast Wars.
Definitely.
And so I was hyped when I saw the trailer until Anthony Ramos, get this curly headed out of here. I do not like him. And I've said it before on the show, and I was like, I don't want to see it no more.
Say word.
Word.
Say word.
Word.
Listen, I'll say
Do not like him.
this might be a hot take for you. Buddy over here, I'm not familiar with him at all.
I only know him from Hamilton and his dating life, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But,
Anthony Ramos.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite main character from the Transformers IP.
Sorry for you.
Yeah. He's good, man. He's funny. Listen,
Looking.
Transformers Rise of the Beast, folks, is a great popcorn flick. It's not gonna win these awards, but it's fun, man. I loved, the first half of, it's set in New York City in the 90s. The soundtrack was on point. The hip hop score. You're just taking me back to like the best days of the hip hop scene, right? It was funny. My main kind of maybe criticism or critique on Rise of the, like, it didn't feature the Maximals enough, and you see them here. Like when their scenes that they were in was cool. It was fun to see. This is what I grew up on, so it's like a dream come true. But they weren't there nearly enough, man. Like, come on, you gotta like, they should have been the main feature, I think. But they were like a bit of a side note, man. Yeah. Loved Bumblebee. Haven't seen Rise of the Beast though. You're so. Can I read?
Oh no! I thought you read faster than that.
God.
You're out of
Haven't
practice.
seen
I get
Rise
it.
of the Beast though. Delayed here in Japan until August 3rd. Ooh. Listen, Joey. Okay. Without spoiling it, if you love Bumblebee, his story, he's got his story arc. It's great. It's emotional. I think you're gonna get a big kick out of it. Spoiler Kings are saying, I did not like Rise of the Beast. They messed up Beast Wars. We don't get Rat Trap, but they gave us Ape Link. What, get rid of that trash they gave us. Going hard. No, I kind of feel you, like, on the sense that it wasn't a Beast Wars film like how I thought, or how they marketed it.
It was a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't remember the last Transformers movie I saw. They all are one movie in my head. Like, I know I've seen them, but I couldn't differentiate one from the other outside of what's that guy's name? The Explosions guy director.
Michael Bay?
Yeah, Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Did he only do the first one, or he did more than one? Two?
The first three.
Oh, okay. Well, Bumblebee, I think I've seen so many clips of it that I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I couldn't. I was hoping that this was more Beast Wars than Transformers, so that's good to know. No rush now.
So Ruben is another big Beast Wars. Yeah, I loved those series. So did you watch Rise of the Beast? If so, what did you think? Did it live up to its namesake? Steve saying this was a good movie. I dug The Flash, and I need to watch Secret Invasion. I haven't started Secret Invasion yet.
Yeah, I need to both watch Secret Invasion, but
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be in a minority of the Transformers movies because I personally, I don't like them, the live action movies, but this is probably the best one I've ever seen.
Okay.
You know, because I mean, because for one, you know, when I was a kid, my pops used to watch this stuff with me. He'd had the stuff right there because you know. So I grew up on that Generations 1 Transformers. That's what he used to have me watching.
Oh.
You know, and so Transformers the movie was the movie that like that I saw with my folks, and that devastated me. So whenever I see a Michael Bay Transformers movie, I'm like, it's not Transformers the movie because Transformers the movie, you know, Optimus got killed. You know, every kid I know who saw that movie has told me they had a story of crime where Optimus Prime got killed in that movie.
Yeah.
And at that point, I just kind of like lost an interest in Transformers. I was like, Optimus is dead, so I didn't even watch Beast Wars, and I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and people would drag me these live action Transformers, but I like this one. I really saw this one because Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback. If they had not been leading this movie, I probably wouldn't have gone seen it.
Now, see, Dominique, I was like, yeah, I'm in, and then Anthony, I'll wait.
The two leads were great. I thought they were fun. Yeah, they killed their performances. Again, it's not like anything.
But remember, for me, for years, I've only seen this man as Philip, as on Hamilton or Hamilton's son.
And see, I didn't know him as Philip from Hamilton at first. I knew him as Mars Blackman, and She's Gotta Have It on Netflix.
Okay, so no, even before that, he was in original cast. So then to see him like branch out, I'm like, no thanks, no thanks. Go to the battle. That looks butthole-ish right here.
Give your Afro-Latino brother a chance, man.
That's what I'm saying, Michael. See, Mike, that's why you my peoples, bro. You know you.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw two people of color to lead with Transformers movies. I said, okay, I'll put my money on that. And they had a hip hop soundtrack. I said, okay,
that's what I'm saying. And the hip hop soundtrack was dope. It was
Not
so
all
good, man.
Skin folk are kinfolk.
Now, I agree with you on that too. As evidenced by the recent Supreme Court decisions here in the U.S. I agree with you on that, definitely.
Strike it down.
Joey's saying Beast Wars was when I started playing video games. I was a bit too old. And to Oscar's got a great question. I haven't seen Transformers yet, but how was Peru portrayed? So it's cool. Yeah, so it's a movie of two halves. The first half set in NYC in the 90s, and then the second half is in Peru. And it's cool to see because Peru is a beautiful country, right? Like you can see here in the banner there on the left, man, you know, they got Machu Picchu. And it looked, I'm pretty sure it was shot on location, unless they just did like the drone shots and then they CGI'd in the rest. But I thought it was cool. I think they did did it justice, right? You know, with the history and stuff like that, man. Yeah,
I think so. And I feel like because the Transformers movies I hadn't seen, like the what's the old boy Wahlberg. I hadn't seen any of Wahlberg's Transformers movies, but I did watch Bumblebee before I saw this. I feel like they on this whole like, what is this secret history of Transformers being on Earth that nobody knows about until the next movie comes out? So I'm like,
it is a little crazy. I know.
Machu Picchu, you know.
Yeah. You know, I mean, in terms of like the Transformers films, number one for me is like, because that was a dream come true, I still think it's probably my favorite. But then it's something like Rise of the Beast and the Bumblebee film. The rest are just
almost cheated. Let's talk about it for a second. He gaslit her after that, wrote a song saying it was her fault, and then released it as a single.
All right, I didn't know
Loser.
I didn't know about
Jasmine
that
Cephas Jones. That's
I know because her father's a big actor too, you know.
Yeah,
so
wild.
and they had been together for like 10 years.
Yeah, and then wrote a song saying it was her fault, and then thought it was gonna go to number one. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, your R&B dreams are not coming true."
Wait, did he say that? I don't remember. You probably know better than I did. Did he say something like, you know, I'm a man, I gotta have multiple women, or women gonna come home to me, I'm just, you know, you just need to accept it? He said something like that.
I don't know, but he got caught like on video. Like somebody filmed him at the club, and I was like, I mean, if you're gonna do it in private. You're both public figures. That's embarrassing. Do it in private. You don't have to. Not at the club. And the club wasn't even dark. The lights were on. I'm like, I know your light-skinned ass didn't think you were gonna not get photographed.
With the lights on.
Well,
Chelsea, remember the Peru accent scene? I don't recall. I don't recall.
oh, you talking about when they got there into it was, and there was a transformer that actually had a Peruvian accent, a Hispanic accent, and that's
That was
that was
funny.
the guy who
That
plays
was
Danny
dope.
on Ted Lasso. That's who that was doing his voice.
Yes.
As soon as I heard that, I said, "Oh, I know exactly who that is."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was really jokes, man. Yeah, it was a funny film, man. Like I said again, you know, yeah, just it is what it is. You know, you want to be entertained, popcorn, watching the theater, some good CGI, right? Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I would definitely say I would go see this. I mean, yeah, to me, it's probably my favorite Transformers movie at this point. You know, because I like
Yeah,
the characters,
I can see that.
I like the music, and I like the ending.
Oh my god! I mean, can we talk that, folks? Can we talk that was a big twist, and I didn't see no leaks about that happening at all. So that was a big surprise. I mean, okay, folks, if you haven't watched it, the big twist at the end there, and in the bonus scene is they're gonna do a GI Joe Transformers crossover. You know, so 80s
Just what everybody has been asking for.
80s nostalgia. Yes, ma'am.
That deep fake that they did with Fast and Furious, I would go see it on that. But when I found out that was a deep fake, I was like, that would have been cool.
What was the defense? What are you
There
talking
was
about?
like a deep fake after the credit scene for Transformers where like Vin Diesel like is walking, or for Fast X, for when one of them came out, and it
Okay.
was like a fake after the credit scene, and like the truck pulls up and it's a Autobot.
Oh, I did see that. I did see
Yeah,
that.
and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
that would have been freaking cool. I mean, why
yeah,
not?
yeah,
Why
yeah.
not?
That,
You're
that,
both. This is Universal.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the Hasbro universe.
Oh, okay,
I think
but who?
Hasbro has all
What's
the
the
stuff.
production company?
Hey, hold on. Hold that thought, Spoiler Kings. Joey, gonna hit the sack. Guys, getting late. And it's been a long day. Great show. Great having you back again. Congrats. Hey, listen, man. Joey, real talk. Great hanging out with you. And I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs. We're gonna get you on the show real soon, man. Thank you. So I know it's got to be like 2 a.m. over there, bro. So
What time is it in
do your
Tokyo?
thing, man. It's crazy. I appreciate you, my man. Have a good night, bud. Now, Spoiler Kings. That raises I don't know. I thought it was funny, man. Are you saying it was racist to do that, or you're saying you're alluding like to the actual like the joke that he was saying? I don't know. For me, it's just you got to go with the flow on that one, man. I liked it, and you know probably why too was funny because it was Danny Garcia from Ted Lasso, right? I thought that was a
And
trip.
who I immediately recognized, I said, that's Danny Ramos. I knew
Oh,
exactly who it
Danny
was.
Ramos, yeah.
Oh, I know exactly who he is. Football is life.
Hasbro Universe, they own football is life. They own so much 80s toys that they can get this crazy fast mask,
They
micro.
right. They right. I think they own like Visionaries and all this stuff. It's like they got a whole universe of toys. But you know, toys are the reason why cartoons are not where they used to be, because cartoons were designed to sell toys.
When is the next G.I. Joe? If they were confident it would already be filming. I don't know that the next film is gonna. I think probably the next film is like the crossover itself, right? GI Joe and Transformers. You know, I don't know that they're gonna do another solo GI Joe film.
Because the
I mean,
last one,
were those successful? I mean,
I
I
mean,
didn't see the last one.
the one with the
I just
Rock is
feel
the
like
most successful.
time and place, and is now the time and place for another patriotic white man soldier. Um, Especially with Peacemaker making fun of the genre itself, you know what I mean? I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind. I don't know. It's, ugh, whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I remember after September 11th, I felt like Cartoon Network played G.I. Joe so much. I was like, what is this right here? To get you hyped for America. Like, G.I.
Right?
Joe.
Get you hype for. Uh,
I
GI
don't.
Joe. This guy.
I'm not the biggest. To be honest, I'm not the biggest GI Joe guy. And they were cool. Definitely, that was my era. But I haven't been able to get into
Snake Eyes came out in
the films.
2021. If you had to ask me, I would have said like 2003, 2005. I didn't realize they were so recent still. Jeez.
I think a
Wow.
lot of people did not like Snake Eyes. It's the guy from Crazy Rich Asians. He played Snake Eyes. Yep.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people just didn't like it. You know,
Okay.
I
never
am
had
excited about Mortal Kombat. They're filming the sequel right now. I
more.
loved the last one.
You, you, I liked the trailer for the last one, yeah, but it's like I just felt disappointed in execution. I feel like we saw the best parts in the trailer.
But I think it was because like the whole time I'm like, oh, get to the tournament, get to the tournament, and it was like just a whole lot of build up to nothing.
Yep.
But hopefully they're actually doing the tournament this time. So
In Mortal Kombat,
yeah, the last movie.
that was so bad. I don't know.
No,
That was
it
terrible.
was,
That was
but
not a
so bad
Mortal.
it was good.
You liked it, eh?
I like the
We
fight
talking about the
scenes.
last
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, the one with the guy used to play. He used to play Jimmy Olsen on Supergirl. He was Jax.
Yeah.
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 I mean, the trailers were good. I watched it as soon as it came out, but I was like, Mortal Kombat 1 still kind of taking the lead, the first one, when I was a kid,
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is where I'm at with that. Like, I barely made it through the first one,
Did
GI
Channing
Joe film.
Tatum play GI Joe, or am I
I
made that
I
up?
And he
think
played
so.
Duke in G.I. Joe.
Okay.
So he
He
played
yeah
Duke in G.I. Joe.
yeah.
Then they did a second one where The Rock was Roadblock, and they killed Channing Tatum off as Duke.
See, I didn't
And
see that one. Yeah.
they brought Flynn in. They brought Flynn and Lady J in. And,
Why do
basically,
you remember this?
because it was
Purge it.
good. That one was good.
Purge it from your memory cells.
That one was good, man. At
You
that
gave
point, The
us the
Rock was the
breakdown.
franchise
You
savior.
said scene for scene.
He's low key. He's the founder of the GI
He has
Joe.
a GI Joe
And
tattoo.
Hey, man. Like I said, I didn't get, Transformers movie burned me off Transformers, but G.I. Joe the movie, well, I'm gonna keep on doing it. And G.I. Joe comic books, I've looked at them and they're pretty good. They're actually kind of realistic. Like people be getting killed in those books, going on missions.
yeah, the GI Joe comic books, they're still going strong too. I mean, they do pretty well. I mean, right?
I mean, Transformers quiet as kid, but Transformers comic books have gone in so many different directions, and now like I can keep track of it, man.
Yeah, 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 man. Folks, we were gonna bring on Oscar to talk about his current Zoop campaign for his comic book, A Never Ending Adventure. We ran a little long with the discussion, so we're gonna bring Oscar on next week. But I want to let you guys know, okay, the link to his Zoop campaign is in the description of the video. Please be sure to check it out. Support it if you can. I'm gonna do the digital tier when we wrap up this show. Looking forward to checking that out. Oscar, if you guys don't know, co-editor of the House of Nerd Show.com website, man. He's doing big things, man. He's publishing his own comic books and stuff, man. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Let me see if I can screen share that bad boy. You guys can stall for me here. You guys can stall. You guys are good at that. No, and that's when Al
What
goes.
do you mean, you people?
Hey, get out of here! Oh man, here we go. Where's it at? Boom. Can I do that? No. How do I do that? There we go.
Make sure your other tabs are hidden. Okay.
Oh. My Pornhub tab. Apparently now you need to show. You guys can see it. Yeah. So there you see it, folks. Check it out, man. Let's help Oscar. I think he's got about like 2 weeks left, man. We gotta support these dope indie comic creators, man. And he's got some cool artists. So again, the link is in the description. We're gonna bring him on next week though to give him a proper platform, man. Yeah. Looking forward to having Oscar on to talk. I believe this is his proper debut. I think he had a mini comic, but yeah, man, it's cool stuff. Yeah, it's a dope cover. Oscar, you're in the chats. Who's this cover by? It is a cool cover, man. I'm digging it, man. So check it out, folks. Oscar, good peoples, man. And while we're talking, as I said, he's co-editor at houseofnerdshow.com. I did want to let you guys in on a couple of the recent articles that we published on the site. Let me pull it up here. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I see it just down a little bit.
And let me scroll. So we had a couple great articles here. One here's Jaron Irvin's article on the WGA strike, what it all means, man. And apparently the Screen Actors Guild is set to strike next week too.
That's smart. They better do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I support them because I mean, AI is something. I mean, you got people like Zaslav in charge, and they all about the bottom line. Like, look, you know, remember how upset you were about when he's like, you know what, Batgirl's not gonna make any money. We can take a tax right down on that, so you ain't gonna never see it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they're gonna alienate fans and creators eventually. They're like, why are we gonna mess with y'all if y'all not gonna do right by our content?
It's crazy. Yeah, for those who don't know, like at the forefront of the strike is like AI technology and how that threatens actual human writers. It's crazy, man. And then I think the DGA, they ratified an agreement, a new contract. But the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, they're set to excuse me, go on strike next week is the latest that I heard. So I mean, it's even up here. It's slowed things down for. I mean, I work in TV and film, so it's been slower than usual even for us. So man, hopefully they figure things out. And then another recent article, we spoke about it earlier, from Mike Jameson. Get all your DC casting news here, houseofnerdshow.com. Check it out. And we got a couple great reviews publishing. What do we got coming up next week? Under the Influence from Mad Cave Studios. We got a review coming up on New Comic Book Day. Newburn Advanced Review for the latest arc, man. Thorn. Are you working on that one, Marklin? You're gonna get that?
I'm working that Thorn, man.
Okay. Can't wait to see that from you, man. Thorn #1 from Advent Comics. That's dropping next week as well. Barnstormers. Zach is working on a review for that. So we're gonna ramp things up again on houseofnerdshow.com. Check it out, folks, man. Appreciate the support, getting the licks and the clicks. Did I say licks? Likes? No licks. The clicks.
Clicks.
Yeah.
But man, you just made me think about some of that article that he wrote, because they used the likeness of Christopher Reeve in that Flash movie, and I mean that made call to contention.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye,
Marklin. I said I'm actively avoiding.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Wow, I just can't win with some people.
Can't win, Al. Can't will. Hey, listen, it came out like 3 months ago. You gotta get with it.
Okay? 3 months.
You gotta get with it.
So on The Bear, season 2, I'm about to spoil the fuck out of it.
Stop it, because I haven't watched it. I love season 1.
I won't get you back.
I do want to ask you this. Season 1 was great. I think it was like came in under the radar, but critically acclaimed. Would you say season 2 is as good?
Season 2 is as good or better than season 1.
Really?
And I will say that, no spoilers, but there's one scene that's not even a major scene. Probably most people.
Oh, what did she say? Spoilers or no spoilers? I wasn't sure what she said.
You ain't had to mute her though.
There's a character.
I was just playing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's a character work scene that is just it's just a really beautiful scene that I think is like probably one of my most favorite scenes of any show ever, and I'll say that like it was really a beautiful season 2. Okay. Definitely something that you'll give your full attention to, because there's a lot of little things that we pick up later on in the episodes and stuff, but it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to say any of the like guest appearances. There were so many, and they were all fantastic. Everybody was fantastic.
Oh, they got some like surprise guest appearances on the.
Oh, like 500, but
really?
But none of them feel like weird or forced or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
like little
You're
cameos and stuff like that.
I'm looking now at my Hulu account. I see 10 episodes for season 2. So all right.
And
I'm
I
going
said, you know what? I'm gonna savor this. I'm gonna watch a couple episodes here. I watched 5 episodes straight. My eyes were dry. I was like, let me go to bed. And then I woke up and finished the rest of it.
but that's a sign it's a good show when you be like, I gotta finish it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Now another question. Okay, so for those who are familiar with The Bear, if you haven't watched it, definitely check it out. It legit. This is the only time I ever said this about a show, and it actually like it gave me anxiety watching it.
You're gonna get it 10 times worse this season.
That's what I was about to ask.
There's one episode that I was overloaded, like sensory overload, and I said, "This is fantastic. I hate you."
Yeah.
This is fantastic, but I got it like triggered. I'm triggered right now.
Oh my gosh, Al! I promise you, watching like I had to take a break. I couldn't binge it because I'm like, this is too much. Like I'm like getting heart palpitations and stuff, and like because folks, if you're not familiar, I mean, Al, I'll let you. I've been talking a lot. Why don't you like let the folks know what is The Bear about?
The bear is about the bear. It's about
Oh.
a bear in the woods.
Oh,
Climbing
Even
trees.
I know it's not about that.
Climbing trees. Pawing
Maybe
trees.
cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear.
okay.
No, it's about a chef who comes home after some stuff goes down with his family, and he's trying to revive the family restaurant, make it a Michelin star restaurant from being basically a dive. So this first season was like him just coming home and is he gonna commit or not, and then this season is setting up the restaurant. So
Okay, and I mean, like it's a lot of it takes place in like the restaurant, the kitchen. Folks know.
Lots of on location scenes too. Overseas stuff. It was excellent. It was a really good series this season. Yeah.
I can't wait, man. My free time is super few and far between these days, but like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get to The Bear.
If you can see Transformers 3 times in theaters, you have enough time to watch The Bear.
Man, one time. It was one time. I did see Spider-Man twice.
And Spider-Man's got a good soundtrack too. I gotta say that too. Metro Boomin did Spider-Man's Across the Spider-Verse sound. That's good.
Yeah, the soundtrack was dope. What else? I mean, folks on the replay or still with us live. What else have I missed? I mean, you guys can tell me. What else is good these days? That like The Bear. Any other good TV shows or
There's a new cooking show called Secret Chef on Hulu. They kind of took inspiration from the one on Netflix where there's no judge. They judge each other. But it's less drama, and I was like, no, I like the drama from the one on Netflix. This one is like too professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll check it out because I like cooking shows. But I'm
the
like,
second season of Is It Cake dropped. I watched them all in one day.
Oh my god.
Oh, you see, the baking shows a little bit. I can't get into baking shows. I like the quick cook shows. I guess because I can't bake. I'm like, all right, maybe
I don't even watch them. It's like I put it on, and that's like the background noise for my day, like while I do everything else. While I disassociate,
I feel
I just put that on.
What was that great? It was a recent like cooking competition show on Netflix.
Yeah, that's kind of what Secret Chef. I don't remember the name of that one, but Secret Chef is on Hulu, and it's kind of like the same.
Okay.
But without the drama, like there's no drama, and that's what I'm missing from it.
And anybody in it that I would know? Any names?
The chefs?
Yeah.
No.
No. They're like all unknown actors.
No, some of them are professional chefs, and some of them are home cooks. But
like actually, really?
Yeah, it's a competition show.
Oh, it's not a scripted show.
No, the one on Netflix. What are you talking about?
No, the one on Hulu. The one on Hulu. Al.
Yeah, it's like the one on Netflix.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
it's like
looking up now. 10 chefs from very culinary backgrounds.
I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about a scripted television show.
No, there was a really good movie on Netflix though that came out recently. It was like, was it from Thailand or something? It was called Hunger. That was really good. It's about a chef, up and coming chef.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard of that. You know what I did watch, but I couldn't. I got like halfway through the season. I started watching it because it was a lot of hype. I was seeing a lot of talk. and I'm going to start calling out names because I trusted you guys' opinions. The premise was interesting, but at the end of the day, it wasn't a good show. What was it when the it was on Apple TV?
Oh, Silo.
The Silo.
Mm.
I'm on the fence on Silo. I don't know if I should start watching it. Everybody's like, they said the ending was good.
Don't bother, Michael. And it's not a well-made show. I mean, it's again interesting enough premise, which is why I watched about 4 or 5 episodes. But it's not. Yeah, it's like a B. It's a B show. I don't know.
Oh,
Like, did you see Severance on Apple TV?
Oh, Severance is fucking top
I
tier.
don't think he's ever seen it. No, he's never seen Severance. I don't
Get out of town. Get out of here.
I mean, I started watching Severance, and I'm like, well, Severance is. I mean, but Severance had you like yell at the screen by the end, like, no.
I feel like Apple TV is very hot and cold. There's no like 100 besides Severance and maybe like one other show. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I get so excited for Apple shows, and then I start watching it, and I'm like, I have lost interest.
Yeah,
I have lost interest.
The only I started watching, I lost interest in was Foundation.
Okay.
So like Foundation is too science fiction for me. I'm like, it looks great, but I don't really. It's like Dune to me. Everybody, and if y'all like Dune, God bless y'all. But I can't with Dune, man. Dune looks good, but it's like I don't get this, man.
That's how I feel about The Witcher. Everybody, I love the games. I love the Witcher games. The show doesn't. I can't get through it.
I legit. I put on the first episode. Mm-hmm. I promise you, I got like maybe 5 minutes into the show and I shut it down. I said no.
Like Geralt in a tub, show me an hour of that. But the action adventuring, no, thank you.
Okay. Hey, before we get out of here, we have hit the 2-hour mark. This is a comic book show. First and foremost, anything good? What have you guys been reading? Hit me with some recommendations. What should be at the top of my reading pile once I do get back into reading comics, man?
Good Deeds is fantastic so far.
Good Deeds? Who did that?
It's the second series in the
the
Snyder.
Yeah. That's cool.
I missed that. Yeah.
Okay.
The second issue just dropped.
Okay. But that's not written by. That's by Snyder's guy.
No. It's a actually minority female team writing it, and it's really good.
Okay.
Okay, you put me onto that, and I appreciate that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Good Deeds. What else, huh?
I don't think I've ever read a comic book before.
Well, I know. When I asked you, I meant like, what are you reading for your husband? Is what I meant.
Yeah. I just got the omnibus for Saga. So I've been reading Saga because I hate everybody who every month is like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I'm going to get there. I'm going to get caught up before.
I agree with you. I'm on the same fence. I'm like, I'll get the Saga when I get to it. When I get to it, I get to it.
Man. Yeah. Okay. So Saga, you got the omnibus. Marco, what are you reading these days? What am I missing out on?
Man, I do a lot more mainstream stuff. But I mean, probably the thing that got me most excited was Philip Kennedy Johnson's Incredible Hulk #1, because y'all know I loved Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk, and I feel like this is the spiritual successor to that. I probably got more excited about that book because I was like, hey, I'm gonna pick it up, and I realized, like you talking about like Dragon, he loved Philip Kennedy Johnson on Action Comics. I was like, it's okay to me, but I like Philip Kennedy Johnson writing horror, and this is a horror book.
Okay,
I dig the body horror. I dig, the Hulk is a monster. He's like, look, the Hulk is a monster. Superhero event, all that stuff's on the side. The Hulk is a monster. It's a dude that turns into a big green monster that messes up things. And so, like, basically, people are getting possessed by these other kind of monsters. And, it's creepy, man. And, Nick Klein's on the art. And, when people transform, it's not even transform, so it's like they get possessed and turn into monsters.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm okay. What else did I like? I like Al Ewing on Venom. Because we're talking about the Venom movie. Venom in the comic is completely different than Venom now. Basically this dude can, he basically, Eddie Brock doesn't even have a physical body no more, man. He's like, he just jumps from symbiote body to symbiote body and does what he wants.
Okay. They really
that's what we had now. Yeah. He's doing that now. And then also you have different versions of Eddie Brock from the future. So you're like, oh, from 100 years, this is a version of him in the future, and 1,000 years, you get different versions of him that he's fighting with.
Yeah,
Also the King in Black stuff is gone down.
they're still doing all that King in Black stuff, eh?
Yeah, I
Over there.
mean, he is the King in Black at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I barely keep up with that stuff. Hey, I just realized it's Fulci. It's Matt. What's going on, buddy? Good morning, man. It's good to see you, my man. Yeah, you. Al, I swear the last time we did the show, Matt did the same thing. For the Johnny's interview, he came in like we're about to sign off, and he comes in. But I appreciate, buddy. I appreciate, man. It's good to see you, bro. I hope all is well with you.
He said that's the best part.
I know.
He said, "Wrap it up."
He's like, let me just show my face. I get it. I get the vibe. Hey, man, we're gonna wrap it up. I wanna thank anybody who's watching this on the replay, who was hanging out with us live, man. I appreciate you guys. It felt really good to get back in here, man, and get to hang out with Al and Marklin and all of you guys, man. I think I'm gonna be back next week. Newborn dad life. You never know what's gonna happen, but I'm pretty sure I'm scheduled for next week.
Yeah, you scheduled for next week because you and me's for me next week. So yeah.
Okay. Al, when am I gonna see you again?
Probably July 30th.
July was July 30th.
In 39 days.
2023 or 2024?
2028.
2028. Okay.
No, I could probably fill in. Sergio was professional and provided us a schedule, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. And so I just didn't put my name on anything.
I know, I saw that. I'm like, Marklin put all his days.
Yeah. I'm like, Marklin, how can you plan your life out that far ahead? I don't know what's happening in July.
I'm like you two, I don't have children. That's why I do.
Oh my God. Al's one of the things. You chaotic, man. You just, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll come in when I come in.
Yeah, when you guys were trying to keep the streak, and I was like, no, I'll go live at 6 tonight.
The streak was kept, though.
Yeah, it was kept, though.
You did
it was like, well, you can do the show at this time. I said, really?
One Sunday, I did the show at like 10, 11. One time I did the show at like 6 o'clock at night. I mean, as long as it was on a Sunday, yeah.
Oh, my. Hey, that's true. Keep the Sunday streak going. Hey, man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, you got to go back to the beginning of the show. Huh? My little man made a cameo appearance. Cal made a cameo appearance, his first appearance, man. But yeah, man, hopefully get to hang out with you guys some more, man. Next week, I'm not sure what we got planned. We are going to bring on Oscar. We're going to talk his never-ending Zoop campaign, man. Excited to support that and show you guys what he's got cooking. Al, are you joining us next week?
Next week, July.
I don't know, July 9th.
I'll have to consult my calendar.
Yeah, man, come through. It was fun, man. Shit, man. Honestly, man, it feels so good to hang out with you guys, man. With all the nerds, man. We'll see. I'll let you talk a little bit more next week. We won't do like.
Oh, I'm sure there was a certain person in the audience who enjoyed that.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Well, we have
positive vibes here now. Positive vibes here.
Yeah.
More. Oh man. Hey,
positively. No, I'm just kidding.
Anything you guys wanted to mention before we sign off, guys?
Yeah, I got Here We Connect new episodes every week on wherever you guys listen to podcasts. And then, July 12th, you guys are more than welcome to join us for one night only. We're talking Teletubbies. And then
Teletubbies.
Yeah, we're talking Tubbies.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you how does that show work? Do you pop
basically
like mushroom gummies and then just
So we have a bunch of people involved, and we just be like, what's the most random thing we could talk about? So we did Shrek Smut, we did Seventh Heaven.
Okay.
And now we're doing
show?
Yes, unfortunately. And now we're doing Teletubbies.
Oh my
And
God.
actually, Poe will be there. One of the Tubbies will be there.
Stop.
So,
I don't even know what that means. I'm not.
He's one of the Teletubbies, the red one. So we're talking conspiracy theories and all that good stuff because there's a lot of lore there. So that's July 12th at 5 at night. So you can drink.
5 at night. When is
in
5
the evening?
o'clock?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
At PM.
That's At 5 at yeah, 3 p.m. at the nighttime, bro.
Listen, the days get shorter for me the older I get.
Oh my
You know,
god, bro.
what time the sun set in Seattle?
Shit, I don't know.
Man.
I don't be
Like 5
outside.
at night, the sun sets 9:30 p.m. here. What are you going on about, bro? Oh my
Anything
god.
after like 5, I'm like, do I say night or evening?
I did want to before we. I got a couple giveaways coming. You know, the publishers they send the House of Nerd, books every now and then. So Blue Flame trade. Look, this is a thick boy.
Yeah.
A lot of bonus content, man. This one is great, man.
We were supposed to do that show, the Blue Frame, when you first disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, did you? There you go. That was the episode, eh?
I think so. You were like, the baby's coming or something. You like something like that.
Yeah. So shout out to Vault. Shout out to Titan. Sending us. So we'll do giveaways for those. Sure, appreciate. Not easy. Who wants an iPhone cover? I mean, these are pretty cool.
Didn't you try to give those away before?
I asked you if you had an iPhone. You're like, no.
So
No, I have an iPhone, but I don't.
This is I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I mean, if you guys are into like, we'll see. Appreciate you guys.
What else you selling? You got anything else to hawk?
Actually,
since you brought it up,
I think I might put these up for sale. I got like overstock on this, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow you'll see some. Yeah. Hey, can't never go wrong with Batman '89 gear. This is official. This is NECA, baby. This is not like NECA.
Is the product in the box?
You know my homie was in here. He had a batarang. I was trying to beg him to throw that batarang as well. It was like a weapon. I was like, oh snap.
What else do I got? I got all kinds of neat stuff. Look at that. Sasha Calle killed a Supergirl. Bring her back, James Gunn. Okay, give us what we want. Give the people what they want.
Yeah. Don't do a Henry Cavill on us.
No, exactly. Thank you, Marklin. Thank you. And on that note, man, let me hit that outro. We out, baby. Back next week, every Sunday. Thanks to the great community. Thanks to Al, Marklin. Appreciate you guys, man. You better come back next week. I'm not taking no for an answer. Kiss it, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Wow.
Bye.
So rude. We out.